Chapter 829. Honored Guest Treatment. Although Bai Kexin doesn't know Qin Yun's identity, she is certain that he has great background. However, she did not ask. After all, not just any family's young master can carry 10 billion purple crystal coins with him. There are not many people with 10 billion purple crystal coins staying in the Dragon Tree Pavilion. Moreover, they are all older generation. Other youngsters only have 10 billion purple crystal coins in their purple crystal cards. They can't casually use them, otherwise they will not be able to report back to the Dragon Tree Pavilion. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei both obtained a token that allows them to easily pass through the barrier. Bai Kexin also personally received Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei. She brought them to a very good suite in Dragon Tree Pavilion. There are several spacious rooms and secret rooms inside. Large and small halls, bathing pools and shower rooms are all present. There is also a large hall where some peculiar flowers and trees are planted. They can release a kind of comfortable fragrance. Our Dragon Tree Pavilion is different from the rest. Our entire building's construction materials come from an ancient dragon tree. They were cut out from a tree trunk. Bai Kexin also knows that Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei don't know much about the Dragon Tree Pavilion, so she promptly explained. Ancient dragon tree? Is it the kind of thing that even immortals want to obtain? Xiao Yuanmei said in amazement. Legend has it that ancient dragon tree is a place where dragons build their nests. Just one tree is very large, it is several thousand meters tall. Indeed. Bai Kexin nodded with smile. Shopkeeper Bai, how much does this suite cost? Qin Yun asked. Free. Bai Kexin said with smile. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei are very shocked. They thought that Bai Kexin deliberately brought them to a very expensive place. They did not expect that it would be free. Free? Then wouldn't your Dragon Tree Pavilion not be able to earn money? Xiao Yuanmei doubtfully said. Is there some kind of scam? Sometimes, free things are the most expensive. Actually, as long as you have 10 billion purple crystal coins, you can eat and sleep in the Dragon Tree Pavilion for free. Bai Kexin said with light smile. 2 guests please feel relieved and stay here. If there is any problem, you can use this sound transmission conch to contact me. Bai Kexin took out 2 sound transmission conches and handed them over to Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei still couldn't understand. After all, this is equivalent to a meat pie falling from the sky. After Bai Kexin left, Xiao Yuanmei stored the sound transmission conch and said with giggle, Brother, let's go eat something. Since it is free then. I won't be polite. You brat. Qin Yun said with smile. Let's change our clothes. This place is safer, we don't need to wear armor. The clothes they were wearing were all refined by Qin Yun in the past. Not only did they have very strong defense, there were also light runes inside that had a certain healing effect. Xiao Yuanmei changed into a light blue skirt and tied her hair into 2 ponytails, giving people a kind of elegant and charming feeling. Qin Yun, on the other hand, was dressed in a very plain white robe. He was dressed like a calm youth. He had a beard on his face and held a black folding fan in his hand. Yuanmei, why do you think the Dragon Tree Pavilion would give a person with a net worth of 10 billion free of charge? What is their goal? Qin Yun has been thinking about this question. I guess the owner of the Dragon Tree Pavilion wants to make friends with rich nobles. Not everyone can carry 10 billion purple crystal coins on them. Even if many martial kings and martial emperors have it, it is not their own. Xiao Yuanmei said. Qin Yun thought about it and also felt that Xiao Yuanmei's guess is quite reliable. Majority of the people who can have large amount of purple crystal coins are very strong and have quite a high status. Xiao Yuanmei and Qin Yun left the suite. They are staying on the 30th floor, now they are on the 7th floor. The 7th floor is called Fruit Floor. This floor provides many kinds of fruit. Xiao Yuanmei loves to eat fruits the most. After arriving, she saw many transparent cabinets filled with all kinds of colorful fruit. They are big and small and have different shapes. Seeing them, Xiao Yuemei is unceasingly swallowing her saliva. Qin Yun cannot help but find it funny. Xiao Yuemei has awakened her past life, yet she still acts like a child and likes to eat so much. Xiao Yuemei took out her pass token. Bai Keqian said that as long as one shows this pass token, they don't need to pay. Although it is free, Xiao Yuemei is not too excessive. She only took a dozen of each kind of fruit. After taking the fruits, Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei arrived at the 10th floor. Because Bai Keqian informed them that there is a wine party being held on the 10th floor. Many people with status and position will be attending. After Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei arrived, they saw many middle-aged and old people. There are also some young people, but they are very few. It's those bastards. Xiao Yuemei saw those few young people who ridiculed them at the entrance. Those few young people also saw them. In front of those few young people, there is a handsome young man wearing luxurious purple clothes. He is also looking at them. Bai Keqian also promptly walked over. She is wearing luxurious white skirt. She is wearing some exquisite hair accessories and small accessories. Clearly she has meticulously dressed herself up. At the same time her noble aura is oppressive. She does not lose her simple elegance. "Hello, shopkeeper Bai." Xiao Yuemei promptly greeted her. "Young lady Xiao, young master Yun, hello." Bai Keqian walked over and said with smile. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei are using fake names. At this time, that handsome purple-clothed young man also arrived with a few arrogant young people. This young master Yun must be someone with great origin. I wonder which great family you are from? Or perhaps a great sect. That purple-clothed young man arrived and asked with fake smile. "I am the sect master of Inscription Gate, Yun Chiwen." Qin Yun replied with faint smile. He is actually a sect master. Bai Keqian and those few young people who ridiculed Qin Yun don't believe him. Moreover, he is from Inscription Gate. Inscription Gate? Or sect master? This Inscription Gate sounds like it is related to inscription. Could it be that you also understand inscription? That purple-clothed young man's eyes lit up as he asked. "I know a bit," Qin Yun said. Bai Keqian promptly introduced the purple-clothed young man and said in soft voice, "Sect Master Yun, this young master is Soaring Dragon State's Imperial Wind, Immortal Sect's chief disciple, Feng Wuqiu. He just became a martial king not long ago. He is one of the few young martial kings in Soaring Dragon State." Feng Wuqiu's face is now filled with pride. After all, this is something to be proud of. "I am truly sorry for not recognizing you." Qin Yun promptly cupped his hands and said with smile. "Sect Master Yun, where is your Inscription Gate located? What tier sect is it?" Feng Wuqiu asked again. He is very interested in Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei. Adding on his few subordinates, he also suffered a bit of loss today. "Our Inscription Gate is located on the North Flower Planet in the sky. As for tier, it might not be tier," Qin Yun said with smile. Xiao Yuemei is only looking while eating fruit. She also glared at those few young people from time to time. Feng Wuqiu must have come to cause trouble, but Qin Yun did not let him have his way. Bai Keqian promptly said, "Sect Master Yun, our boss will arrive soon. He said that he has an important matter to announce." Qin Yun looked at the people here. Each and every one of them has 1 billion purple crystal coins. They can be considered extremely rich. The boss of the Dragon Tree Pavilion clearly had a motive for gathering this group of people here. Feng Wuqiu said, "Boss Long still hasn't arrived. We are also bored here. Since Brother Yun is so young, your cultivation is not high, you are a sect master of a small sect, surely you have some outstanding aspects. You should have at least 2 billion purple crystal coins, right? Where did you get so many purple crystal coins?" Feng Wuqiu deliberately raised his voice so that everyone here can hear him. When children have small conflicts, the older generation doesn't care about them. But now these two children have a conflict. Their status is not simple. Everyone here knows Feng Wuqiu. After all, he became a martial king at such a young age. It caused a sensation in Soaring Dragon State. And the other one, although he is not a martial king, he is a sect master of some inscription gate and has 2 billion purple crystal coins. This is enough to cause people to attach importance to him. It must be known that many martial kings and martial emperors only have 1 billion purple crystal coins. To be honest, my luck is good. I won it in a gambling house. Qin Yun replied truthfully. He indeed won over 10 billion purple crystal coins. To be able to win so many purple crystal coins, your luck is indeed very good. I wonder if you dare to bet with me? Feng Wuqiu chuckled and said. How much? What kind of bet? Qin Yun asked. Xiao Yume can also see that a large amount of purple crystal coins will become Qin Yun's. I bet 1 billion purple crystal coins that you don't understand inscription. Moreover, you are not a sect master of some inscription gate. Feng Wuqiu said with sneer. I see that you two are big swindlers trying to swindle people. Xiao Yume cannot help but laugh after hearing this because it seems like this is the case. Boss is here. Bai Keqian suddenly yelled. She saw a tall and handsome black-clothed youth walk in and let out a sigh of relief. The black-clothed young man who walked in was very handsome. He had a mustache and a pair of bright eyes. He wore very ordinary black clothes, but his body was filled with a kind of valiant aura that made people not dare to underestimate him. Some women in the hall began to praise him in low voice. Boss Long, we have stayed in the Dragon Tree Pavilion for so long, we finally get to meet you. An old man promptly walked over with chuckling smile. He is a martial emperor. Brother Long, I want to bet with this brat. You come and witness. Feng Wuqiu said. Bai Keqian walked over and explained the situation to Boss Long. It seems like Boss Long already knew that Qin Yun has 10 billion purple crystal coins. No matter where the purple crystal coins came from, Qin Yun is his honored guest. He said with smile, Old brother Feng, give me some face and let this matter go. Feng Wuqiu said, I, Feng Wuqiu, am a righteous person. The two of them have 2 sets of pretty good armor and a large amount of purple crystal coins. I suspect that they killed people for their belongings or swindled the purple crystal coins. That brat also said that he is a sect master of some inscription gate. Do you believe him? It is clear that he is swindling people. I guess that they sneaked in here to sell us some fake goods and swindle our purple crystal coins. Chapter 830. An interesting boss. Bai Keqian said in low voice. Boss, didn't you say you have something important to announce? She is trying to divert everyone's attention from this matter, otherwise it will be very disadvantageous to Qin Yun and the others. Boss Long said. I indeed have something important to announce. It is related to Long family's invitation. However, we can talk about it later. Hearing Boss Long's words, Qin Yun suddenly thought of something. Not long ago Long family contacted people from Immortal Desolate. Immortal Desolate opened a great formation of Desolate World and sent formidable half-immortals. Long family must be plotting something. Qin Yun and Xiao Yume came to the vicinity of Dragon King Manor to inquire about Dragon King Manor, to see how they can infiltrate Long family. Now, Boss Long said that the Long family's invitation was very likely a good opportunity for him. Boss Long is clearly a Long family person, otherwise it would be impossible for him to know so many secrets. Moreover, this Dragon Tree Pavilion he built is very special. It is made from Dragon Tree. This kind of thing is not something that just anyone can obtain. At present, Qin Yun cannot see what kind of person Boss Long is. From his outer appearance, he is a handsome and formidable young man. Feng Wuqiu looked at Qin Yun and said, Quickly prove that you are the sect master of Inscription Gate. As long as you can prove that you understand inscription, it will be my loss. Qin Yun said with smile, That is easy. I only need to craft 1 talisman. It will be enough to prove that I understand inscription. At this time, an old man walked out and said with smile, "Even if Inscription Gate is a mediocre sect, as a sect master, you must at least master Tao runes, only then can you be considered a sect master. If it is just crafting talismans, it is very easy." It was obvious that the old man was on Feng Wuqiu's side. Feng Wuqiu is the chief disciple of an immortal sect, moreover he is a young martial king. Moreover, he has very good relationship with the younger generation of Long family. It can be said that his future prospects are boundless. Even older generation want to curry favor with him. At this time, a large group of older generation stood up one after another to support Feng Wuqiu and denounce Qin Yun and Xiao Yueme as swindlers. Feng Wuqiu is doing this to help his subordinates regain their face. Only by doing this can he establish his prestige, and more people will follow him in the future. "Boss, these two esteemed guests were brought in by me," Bai Keqian said lightly. She hopes that Boss Long can resolve the conflict. Boss Long and Bai Keqian know that Qin Yun has 10 billion purple crystal coins. Naturally they attach great importance to this kind of honored guest. "Brother Feng, let's forget about this matter." Boss Long finally spoke. "Brother Long, someone is swindling in your territory, and he even wants to swindle me. I can't just let this go. This guy must be a swindler. He is so young and his cultivation is not high, there is no way he can become a sect master of a small sect," Feng Wuqiu said with certainty. "Boss Long, thank you for helping me just now. He really couldn't just let this matter go like this. I have been slandered. If I don't clarify things, how can I, the sect master of the Inscription Gate, continue to exist?" Qin Yun said with a smile. Right now, someone was giving him purple crystal coins. He absolutely could not let Boss Long interrupt him. Boss Long spread out his hands towards Bai Keqian. He had a helpless expression. "Fake leader, then you can start proving yourself now. Take out a Tao talisman and I will believe that you are the sect master of that Inscription Gate. At that time, I will also give you 1 billion purple crystal coins. Consider it as my apology," Feng Wuqiu said with loud laughter. It is better to have fun together than to have fun alone. If it is only the two of us gambling, it would be very boring. I see that you have so many friends, how about letting them participate? Since they don't believe that I am the sect master of a small sect, let them also place their bet," Qin Yun said with smile. "Brat, you want us to participate, do you have enough purple crystal coins to compensate?" a youth said with sneer. "Indeed, our big brother Feng alone won 1 billion from you, do you still not feel good enough?" Another youth said. "Sorry, I have more than 10 billion in my hands, 10 of you can place your bet, do you dare or not?" Qin Yun took out a purple crystal card, handed it over to Bai Keqian and said with smile, "Sect Master Bai can testify." This caused all the older generation here to suck in a mouthful of cold air. A youngster actually has more than 10 billion purple crystal coins and still wants to gamble here. It can be seen that he has a very big backing. Feng Wuqiu is also startled, because even he only has 2 billion purple crystal coins on hand. Moreover, Imperial Wind Immortal Sect temporarily lent it to him to show off. After he is done, he will return it. Gambling more than 10 billion, he must be very confident. Qin Yun chuckled and said, "Even though my Inscription Gate is a small sect that can't enter the ranks, we can still take out 10 billion. Feng Wuqiu, those few youths, as well as those few old men who are helping to speak up are now riding a tiger, it is hard to get off." Boss Long said with frown, "This brother, you indeed have more than 10 billion purple crystal coins in your card, but this does not prove that you are the sect master of a sect. On the contrary, it makes people even more suspicious of you. Because a responsible sect master will absolutely not use the sect's wealth to gamble." Boss Long's words caused many people to nod their heads. Many older generation present here, they are the higher-ups of a faction, they very much approve of these words. "Boss Long, since you don't believe me, how about we make a bet?" Qin Yun said with smile. He is also very suspicious in his heart because it seems like Boss Long is secretly helping him. His goal is to instigate Feng Wuqiu to follow him. You have 12 billion purple crystal coins in your card. Don't think that just because you have so many purple crystal coins, you can scare me. I have even seen more than 100 billion purple crystal cards. Let's bet, Boss Long said with sneer. When the time comes, don't renege on your debt, otherwise you won't be able to leave Dragon Tree Pavilion. Xiao Yuemei can see with a glance that Boss Long is helping them. She promptly pulled Qin Yun and said in low voice, Sect Master, we should leave. If they want to be suspicious, let them be suspicious, don't gamble. Your injuries have just healed. If you don't make Dao talismans, you will lose. Don't think of running. Feng Wuqiu promptly blocked Xiao Yuemei. Other few old men also blocked Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei's path. This way, many people feel that Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei are up to no good. Just now they were full of confidence, but now they see Boss Long is serious, they want to run away. Seeing Boss Long take action, Feng Wuqiu, his 5 little brothers as well as a few old men also joined in. I am willing to gamble with you, but you must first hand over the purple crystal coins to Boss Long and let him be the guarantor. I am worried that you will act shamelessly. Qin Yun's face is no longer smiling. No problem. Feng Wuqiu proudly smiled and said, I want to see what kind of trick you are playing. Soon after, Feng Wuqiu, a few young men as well as a few old men handed over 1 billion purple crystal coins to Boss Long. Qin Yun is very happy in his heart, although he doesn't know why Boss Long is helping him. He clearly wants to befriend him. Although Boss Long is a Long family person, Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei now need to befriend a Long family disciple so that they can easily sneak into Dragon King Manor. Qin Yun took out a table. At this time an old Dao inscription master walked over and said, Use my talisman paper. I am a Dao inscription master. There are also a few Xian inscription masters here. They can appraise your talismans. Boss Long said with smile. Although I am not an inscription master, appraising the authenticity of Dao talismans is not a problem. Qin Yun looked at the talisman paper. There is no problem, it is made from very good materials. This caused him to feel a lot relieved. He did not use mental resonance Xian pen, instead he used ordinary carving knife. Qin Yun's Dao talisman is a very common flame Dao talisman, it only needs low-grade flame Dao rune. This is something Jian Linglong passed on to Qin Yun. Although it is low-grade Dao rune, it is very practical. Qin Yun is very relaxed when carving Dao runes. This is also the formidable aspect of Dao Lord inscription spirit. Qin Yun carved a few low-grade flame Dao runes, then carved 2 star runes to increase the might of the flame Dao talisman. As for the other runes, he only needs to add some Xian runes. From start to finish, it only took him more than half an hour. This speed can be considered very fast. It caused the inscription masters present to feel amazed. I am done. After Qin Yun finished carving, he promptly left the table and said, Boss Long, you can appraise it. Boss Long walked over and said with frown, If I am not wrong, this should be a flame Dao talisman, moreover there are star runes on it? Someone can actually carve star runes and Dao runes in such a short period of time. Hearing Boss Long's words, Feng Wuqiu and those few youths' hearts fiercely tightened, their expression abruptly changed. At this time, a Dao inscription master also walked over. He looked at the flame Dao talisman and exclaimed in admiration, This is indeed a flame Dao talisman, the finesse of Dao runes and star runes are very high. Inscription Gate? I have never heard of this sect. They actually have such a brilliant Dao inscription master. With this level, it is more than enough to take charge of a small inscription sect. Boss Long said with smile, Sect Master Yun, I misjudged you just now. I am willing to bet, I am willing to accept defeat, these purple crystal coins are also your winnings. After he finished speaking, he handed over 12 billion purple crystal coins to Qin Yun. This, Brother Long, They might have cheated. Feng Wuqiu's complexion turned green, and his lackey's complexion became deathly pale. Those purple crystal coins were given to them by their families, and now they have lost all of them. Impossible, nobody can cheat in front of me, Boss Long said with smile. Old brother Feng, we should be straightforward, losing is losing, 1 billion purple crystal coins is just a drizzle to a young martial king like you. Didn't I also lose 1 billion purple crystal coins? However, we have become acquainted with a young Dao inscription master, moreover he is the sect master of a sect. This is a big profit. Hearing these words, Feng Wuqiu felt like cursing 10,000 times in his heart. Chapter 831. Dragon King Manor. Feng Wuqiu's heart is dripping blood, but he is smiling at Qin Yun. After all, Boss Long lost so straightforwardly. If he were to haggle over every ounce, he would be laughed at by others. His few lackeys can only laugh along with him. Their laughter is even uglier than crying. Xiao Yuemei is also very happy in her heart. She secretly praised Boss Long for being such a wonderful person. He is willing to sell out his teammate. Boss Long has indeed sold out Feng Wuqiu, but Feng Wuqiu is not aware of it at all. After all, Boss Long also lost 1 billion purple crystal coins. This is precisely Boss Long's brilliance. Qin Yun also knows that he owes Boss Long a favor. He must repay it. Those few old men who helped Feng Wuqiu lost 1 billion purple crystal coins. They are very unhappy in their hearts. It seems like they can see through Boss Long's little scheme. After all, they are all old ginger. Boss Long said in stern expression, I have gathered everyone here because I have an important matter to announce. Everyone is our Dragon Tree Pavilion's honored guest, so you can learn some of our Long family's secrets earlier than others. Now everyone can feel the benefits of staying in Dragon Tree Pavilion, even though they spent a lot of purple crystal coins. It is very profitable. Boss Long's important matter is surely very useful to everyone. As everyone knows, our soaring Dragon State's Long family is facing the threat of proud Star State's Jian family. Now, apart from Jian family and their henchmen, most of the sects and families of other states have sided with our Long family. Even so, if we start a war with Jian family, the situation is not optimistic. Everyone knows how dreadful Jian family's sword cultivators are. One of them can fight against 10 or even dozens of people of the same level. Moreover, Jian family has 7 very dreadful immortal swords, as well as 7 sixth tribulation half-immortal sword cultivators. With this kind of strength, even Xian Domain's major powers don't dare to casually provoke them. Qin Yun recalled the 7-sword old ancestors. They are indeed dreadful existences. Jian family has the strength to dominate the entire spirit desolate ordinary realm. They can even slaughter their way into Xian Domain to fight for a place. All the people here belong to factions that are siding with Long family. Hearing Boss Long's words, their expression became grave. Boss Long said, But recently, our Long family finally contacted Immortal Desolate's Heavenly Dragon sect. Moreover, Heavenly Dragon sect also sent people from Immortal Desolate a few days ago. They are now in our Dragon King Manor. These words caused the hundreds of people present to exclaim again and again. The people sent by Immortal Desolate are inside the Dragon King Manor. This is too shocking. Those people, are they all immortals? An old man asked. He isn't an immortal, just a half-immortal. However, he is quite strong, bringing a few immortal artifacts and immortal formations, as well as immortal pills. Boss Long said. This caused another uproar. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei have already guessed that this is the case. Boss Long said. Although the strongest among the people from Immortal Desolate are half-immortals, they are all very outstanding. Moreover, they agreed to guide us in cultivation for a period of time. Teach us some skills to deal with sword cultivators. Because I have a certain relationship with the Long family, I was able to obtain 50 spots, allowing everyone to enter the Long family to cultivate. It took me a lot of effort to get those 50 spots, so I need 1 billion purple crystal coins. 1 billion purple crystal coins for one slot. This caused Feng Wuqiu's expression to become incomparably ashen. As for his lackeys, they wanted to die. They had missed a great opportunity. Everyone, although the slots are very expensive, I can guarantee that it is absolutely worth it. Moreover, I can only take 10% of the purple crystal coins, the other 90% will be given to my elders. These slots were obtained by me through various connections, you all should understand. Boss Long said. 50 slots, each sold for 1 billion, Boss Long can earn 50 billion, this is a huge profit. There are a few crafty old foxes here, they are all thinking this over. Boss Long, your Long family should also be inviting people from other factions, right? Will they also open up the slots? An old man asked. Opening up is opening up, but there are total 500 slots, 50 of them are in my hands, the other 450 slots will be bought by other factions through bidding. When the time comes, it won't be as cheap as 1 billion. Then again, there are more than 100 people here. Boss Long did not even finish speaking when he interrupted. Qin Yun interrupted him, he yelled. I want to buy 2 slots. You are very welcome. Boss Long promptly said with smile. Give the purple crystal coins to shopkeeper Bai, she will properly register it. Qin Yun has a lot of purple crystal coins, 2 billion is nothing to him. At this time, other rich people also bought slots one after another. Next, many people lined up in front of shopkeeper Bai. The people who bought the slots are all martial kings and martial emperors because their purple crystal coins are their own, the slots are also bought for them. Although other youngsters have 1 billion purple crystal coins, they are not theirs, so they don't dare to make a decision. Feng Wuqiu bitterly hates Qin Yun in his heart. If he did not lose 1 billion purple crystal coins, he would have decisively bought the slots. He only has 1 billion purple crystal coins, if he bought a slot, it would be very difficult for him to report. While he is hesitating, all the slots have been snatched up. Since everyone is staying in the Dragon Tree Pavilion, I assume you all trust me. I guarantee that your 1 billion purple crystal coins will be well spent. Boss Long chuckled and said, Everyone, this matter must be kept secret, after all I obtained it through my connections, if it is leaked, it will be difficult for me to deal with it. Everyone also repeatedly nodded in agreement. After Boss Long left, Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei returned to their suite. Just as they returned, Boss Long knocked on their door. Brother, even though this guy is from Long family, he is very interesting, we can make good use of him. Xiao Yuemei said with smile. Of course I know. Qin Yun laughed and then opened the door. Boss Long's face is filled with smile, it is as if he is looking at an old friend. Boss Long, please come in. Qin Yun also said with smile. Boss Long walked into the reception room and sat down. Xiao Yuemei threw a fruit to him. Many thanks, Miss Xiao. Boss Long smiled. No need to be polite, I took that fruit from you. Xiao Yuemei laughed. Boss Long, I really have to thank you for letting me fish up so many purple crystal coins. Qin Yun also directly expressed his gratitude. No need to be polite, no need to be polite. Feng Wuqiu and those idiots, I already found them unpleasing to the eye. Boss Long said with smile. I will return 1 billion purple crystal coins to you. Qin Yun took out his purple crystal card and handed over 2 billion purple crystal coins to Boss Long. Boss Long did not refuse and directly accepted it. Qin Yun is very fond of dealing with this kind of people. 2 friends, I won't hide anything from you, those 50 spots are a bit of a scam. If you want to withdraw, I will also return the purple crystal coins to you. Boss Long said with smile. Why is it a bit of a scam? Xiao Yuemei curiously asked. There are some benefits, but it is not that big. Otherwise how could I get 50 spots so easily? Boss Long said with mischievous smile. Boss Long, I really could not tell that you are full of evil tricks. Xiao Yuemei curled her lips and said. Your sect master is also the same. Boss Long looks very dignified, handsome and confident, but he is actually a guy who knows how to swindle people. No problem, we don't mind. Being able to interact with people from Immortal Desolate is very worth it. Qin Yun said with smile. Let's say it like this. Although there are 500 spots, they are not the most concrete. When the time comes, they will be experts of a region who will bring their juniors to our Dragon King Manor. Moreover, it will not be people from Immortal Desolate who will guide them in cultivation. I don't know the specifics. Boss Long said again. Xiao Yuemei heard this and realized that there is something fishy going on. Qin Yun said, Boss Long, we will enter Dragon King Manor. When the time comes, please take care of us. Boss Long said with smile. Of course. However, when the time comes, don't be too ostentatious. Of course, if you cause trouble, you can mention my name. Just say that you are my, Long Yutsong's, friend. Boss Long did not ask Qin Yun anything. They chatted for a while and then left. Brother, Boss Long must be suspicious. Xiao Yuemei said in low voice. We will be a bit more vigilant when the time comes. The most important thing is to enter Dragon King Manor. Qin Yun let out a long sigh. He is now very close to his goal. After entering Dragon King Manor, he must help Zi Qingqing and Shui Tianzi remove their curse. Then he must find Long Qiaofeng's dragon and phoenix martial spirit. This is very difficult. Originally he wanted to join hands with Xiao Yuemei to capture that immortal dragon, but now there are people from Immortal Desolate in Dragon King Manor. It will be very difficult. Next day, Bai Keqian sent sound transmission to Qin Yun telling him that they will be able to enter Dragon King Manor in the afternoon. After entering, Long Yutsong will arrange a place for them to stay. Dragon King Manor is very strict. Entering and leaving is very difficult. Otherwise Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei would have already sneaked in. In the afternoon, under Long Yutsong's arrangement, 50 people entered Dragon King Manor in groups. They did not enter through the main gate, rather they entered through a small side door in a carriage. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei are the last ones to enter. Moreover, only the two of them and Long Yutsong are left in the same carriage. Sect Master Yun, you two are rather young. Later you will be together with other youngsters. I will arrange things for you at that time. Long Yutsong said. In short, don't cause any big trouble inside Dragon King Manor. Boss Long, who exactly are you? Xiao Yuemei asked. I still have not investigated you. Me. My grandfather is a formidable Dao inscription master in Long family. His position is also very high. My father is also an elder. In short, my background is very strong. Long Yutsong said with smile. At this time, the carriage suddenly stopped. A middle-aged man opened the carriage door and said with grave expression, Yutsong, your father is dead. Fifth uncle, are you joking? Long Yutsong said with smile. No, I am serious. Your father is dead. He was chopped into 8 pieces. He died very miserably. That middle-aged man said again. The smile on Long Yutsong's face froze. Just now he proudly said that his father is an elder, but now his 5th uncle suddenly appeared and said that his father is dead and chopped into 8 pieces. This is very hard for him to accept. Who killed him? Where did he die? Long Yutsong's expression suddenly became gloomy. He died inside Dragon King Manor, killed by Heavenly Dragon sect people. That middle-aged man's expression is also ice-cold. Chapter 832. King Dragon Totem. After Long Yutsong got off the carriage, his voice is filled with anger as he asked in deep voice, Fifth uncle, why did Heavenly Dragon sect people want to kill my father? That middle-aged man is also very angry. He firmly clenched his fists and said in cold voice, They proposed a martial arts competition with third brother to win the king-tier medicinal ingredients from third brother's hands. Finally, third brother lost and was killed. Heavenly Dragon sect people came from Immortal Desolate this time to take over our Long family. Fifth uncle, you go back first. I will go find Heavenly Dragon sect people tomorrow. Long Yutsang suddenly calmed down. Heavenly Dragon sect is a formidable sect established by Immortal Desolate's Dragon Clan people. Their strength is certainly very strong. Now that they have come, they naturally want to establish their might, so they did not hold back at all. At this time, whoever dares to oppose Heavenly Dragon sect will be treated as the bird that sticks out and gets killed. Long Yutsang did not say a word after sitting in the carriage. The carriage slowly moved towards a courtyard. Brother Yun, young Miss Xiao, this is my residence, you can stay here for the time being. This matter happened too suddenly and my grandfather is in seclusion, I don't know what to do now. Long Yutsang said with sigh. Boss Long, restrain your grief and accept fate. Qin Yun patted Long Yutsang's shoulder. He and Xiao Yuemei now know that the Heavenly Dragon sect will definitely take over the Long family after coming down from the Immortal Desolate. They want to completely control the Long family and wipe out all the factions within the Long family. Only then can they control the tyrant spirit Desolate. Normally, when doing this kind of thing, rivers of blood will flow. To Qin Yunhe, this was a pretty good opportunity. It would give him more opportunities to complete his two important tasks in the Long family, which had fallen into chaos. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei entered a room and rested inside. Brother, I am worried that Boss Long will be implicated. This kind of internal strife between great factions is usually uprooted. Boss Long belongs to the same faction. If they cannot leave Dragon King Manor in time, they will continue to be suppressed and finally a big conflict will occur. Xiao Yuemei said in low voice. Indeed, luckily we managed to sneak into Dragon King Manor. Qin Yun laughed. With our ability, we can hide inside without being discovered. I am worried that there will be some unforeseen event. How about this? I will hide inside your storage magic tool first. If something unexpected happens, it will be easier for you to deal with it alone. Xiao Yuemei said. Although there are many things inside the 9 Sun Divine Soul's first pearl, Xiao Yuemei already knows about them. He also feels that Xiao Yuemei's suggestion is very good, so he placed her inside the first pearl of the 9 Sun Divine Soul. Xiao Yuemei was from the Guanghan Palace in her previous life, so she was very familiar with the little jade rabbit. Furthermore, there was also the cute little fairy Mo inside, so she wouldn't be too bored. Qin Yun woke up early the next morning. Qin Yun walked out of the room and arrived at the reception hall. He saw Long Yutsang's expression is gloomy. He is sitting on a chair without saying a word. Good morning, Boss Long. Qin Yun greeted. Brother Yun, I am going to compete in martial arts, will you come to watch? Long Yutsang let out a long sigh. I might die. Competing with Heavenly Dragon sect people? Qin Yun is secretly startled. Long Yutsang must have found out what happened last night. Only by using this method can I avenge my father. They promised me that even if I lose, as long as I don't die, they won't kill me. My chances of successfully avenging are very high. Long Yutsang said. Alright, I will go watch. Qin Yun said. Where is Miss Xiao? Long Yutsang asked. She is inside my storage magic tool. I am worried that something unexpected might happen, so I put her inside. Qin Yun laughed. Long Yutsang nodded, then brought Qin Yun and quickly ran on a large road inside the manor. Not long after, they arrived at a very spacious battle stage. More than half of the Dragon King Manor's people are sitting here. On the road, Long Yutsang told Qin Yun that Heavenly Dragon sect people came down and said that they want to take charge of the entire Long family. If anyone doesn't agree, they can challenge them. Heavenly Dragon sect people grew up in Immortal Desolate since childhood. Moreover, they grew up in a great sect. They are outstanding in all aspects. Several people challenged them, but all of them lost miserably, some were even killed. Not only Long Yutsang's father lost, he also lost precious medicinal ingredients. Qin Yun followed behind Long Yutsang and entered the Dragon King Manor's battle stage. Majority of the Long family people here want to see Heavenly Dragon sect take over. Because heavenly dragon sect people said that they will make Long family even stronger. The first few battles let Long family people know how strong heavenly dragon sect is. Brother Yun, you can just watch from the side. If I die, just say that you are my follower, they won't make things difficult for you. Long Yutsong sent sound transmission to Qin Yun and then gave him a purple crystal card. There are several tens of billions of purple crystal coins on the purple crystal card. Long Yutsong also gave the purple crystal coins to Qin Yun. Qin Yun doesn't understand why Long Yutsong trusts him so much that he gave him several tens of billions of purple crystal coins for safekeeping. Just now, Qin Yun truly wished that Long Yutsong would die so that he could obtain several tens of billions of purple crystal coins. However, Qin Yun immediately realized that Long Yutsong, a Long family disciple, is even more valuable in other aspects. Qin Yun doesn't lack purple crystal coins. He only wants to quickly remove the curse of the absolute charming concubines and take back Long Xiaofeng's martial spirit. If he has someone who is familiar with Dragon King manner secretly helping him, it will be a lot more convenient. Therefore, after he carefully thought about it, he doesn't want Long Yutsong to die. Heavenly Dragon sect people appeared. They are a group of people filled with overbearing aura from head to toe. There are more than 10 of them. They are not hiding their aura at all, therefore they give people a kind of dreadful pressure. They are all wearing golden and white clothes. There are very ferocious soaring dragons painted on them. Long Yutsong is a young martial king. He is even a mid-stage martial king. His opponent should also have similar cultivation. Heavenly Dragon sect people arrived. Everyone present cheered and applauded one after another. This is the highest respect for Heavenly Dragon sect. Boss Long, it seems like Heavenly Dragon sect wants to take over your Dragon King manor. Qin Yun said in low voice. They killed my father, I want to kill them. Long Yutsong said. Qin Yun feels that even if Long Yutsong kills Heavenly Dragon sect people, he won't be able to live for long. Long Yutsong got on the stage. Long family people also became quiet. Everyone can see that Heavenly Dragon sect is in charge of Spirit Desolate Ordinary Realms Long family. Now nobody supports Long Yutsong. Long Yutsong challenged Heavenly Dragon sect people. One reason is to take revenge. Another is because he doesn't accept Heavenly Dragon sect. Heavenly Dragon sect also said that if people don't accept, they can challenge them. After Long Yutsong entered the battle stage, everyone became quiet. No one cheered for him. However, as soon as Heavenly Dragon sect people entered the battle stage, the entire stage erupted in enthusiastic applause and cheers. This kind of sharp contrast caused Long Yutsong to feel a burst of anger. The person sent by Heavenly Dragon sect is also a very young man. When he flew over, he tore off the clothes on his upper body and revealed the very domineering golden dragon on his body. It is Dragon Totem, moreover it is King Totem. Ling Yuner cried out in alarm. Among totems there are Spirit Totem, Xian Totem, Dao Totem and then King Totem. Even though Qin Yun has Mo, his totem is still Xian Totem. If he wants to transform it into Dao Totem, he needs Mo's ability to increase. The stronger the totem, the stronger the strength. Heavenly Dragon sect's young man not only has King Tier Dragon Totem, he also has martial spirit, immortal dragon body and dense dragon bloodline. No matter which aspect, he is the most outstanding. You are Long Chuanwu? You are the one who killed my father. Long Yutsong sensed Qin Yun's aura. The pressure in his heart is not small and he shouted loudly. Your father died in my hands, there is no need to talk about you. You are just throwing away your life. Long Chuanwu's appearance is rather handsome. He is a very cold person. He looked at Long Yutsong expressionlessly. Long Yutsong looked at the golden dragon totem on Long Chuanwu's body and felt endless envy. He knows that there is a gap between him and Long Chuanwu, but he cannot cower now. Xiao Yun, Long Yutsong will lose. You should prepare to run away. Ling Yuner said. I know. Qin Yun is also not optimistic about Long Yutsong. The king dragon totem on Long Chuanwu's body clearly shows his power. Those heavenly dragon sect people have relaxed expression. It can be seen that Long Chuanwu makes them feel at ease. On Long Yutsong's side, only his fifth uncle is helping him, but he can't do anything. After all, he also wants to live. The barrier is ready, an old man shouted. Begin! The martial arts competition has begun. Qin Yun firmly clenched his fists and earnestly watched. Long Chuanwu is standing motionless at his original place. Long Yutsong quickly attacked. Long Yutsong is using fist technique. When he punched, he released a ferocious Xian Dao power, shaking with a burst of dragon roar. His fist turned into a dragon head filled with might and fury. Roar! A pair of mighty and fury dragon head frantically bombarded the dragon totem on Long Chuanwu's body, shaking and releasing a furious dragon roar that resounded through the horizon. Is this heavenly dragon secret art? Qin Yun also knows some heavenly dragon secret art, he thought in his heart. What caused people to be shocked is that Long Yutsong's powerful fists can only force Long Chuanwu to retreat a few steps. Long Chuanwu coldly looked at Long Yutsong with his hands behind his back. He has no intention of attacking. Spectators let out a burst of cries of alarm. The strength displayed by Long Chuanwu is too strong. He is just standing there with his hands behind his back, letting Long Yutsong hit him, yet he is not injured in the slightest. Long Yutsong can also feel the great disparity in strength, as well as great humiliation. Long Chuanwu is mid-stage martial king, but the disparity between them is too great. Qin Yun is secretly alarmed. He can also see that Long Yutsong is not weak. He is very strong among same-level people. He can even defeat late-stage martial kings. But facing Long Chuanwu, a heavenly dragon sect disciple, he is completely powerless. Boom 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 boom. Long Yutsong loudly roared, rushed up and bombarded Long Chuanwu's body. Scram! Long Chuanwu coldly shouted. A sound wave shot out from his mouth and sent Long Yutsong flying. I concede. Long Yutsong shouted. Spectators burst into an uproar. Long Yutsong is in a very difficult situation. At this time, the barrier slowly closed. Long Yutsong vomited blood. He jumped out of the battle stage and rushed towards Qin Yun. Those who have fought with me, there is no way to let them live. Long Chuanwu thought for a bit and suddenly shouted. His expression became incomparably sinister. He flew up and rushed towards Long Yutsong and punched. Long Yutsong almost fell down while running. He is completely powerless to block Long Chuanwu's sneak attack from behind. He will undoubtedly die. Rumble! When Long Chuanwu punched, Qin Yun suddenly appeared behind Long Yutsong in a flash and met the punch head-on. Two fists collided and a shockwave rippled out. Long Yutsong was sent flying back to the battle stage, and Qin Yun was also sent flying. Chapter 833. Old Trick. After Long Chuanwu was sent flying by Qin Yun's fist, his face is filled with shock. He landed on the ground, his arm is shivering, he is feeling a kind of numb pain. Qin Yun promptly supported Long Yutsong and said in low voice, Boss Long, are you alright? Long Yutsong did not expect that the young sect master before him not only has outstanding runes, he also has very strong power. Cough cough. Long Yutsong coughed out a few mouthfuls of blood. He shook his head and said, Not dead, not dead. Not dead, Long Yutsong's fifth uncle furiously said. Didn't you agree that as long as he conceded, you would not kill him? Long family people feel that Long Yutsong is in a very difficult situation. There is no need to kill him. Since he conceded, they should not be so ruthless. After all, he is an outstanding disciple of Long family. Long Chuanwu is not satisfied, he said in cold voice. I don't accept my victory. Hearing this, everyone became speechless. It has always been people who don't accept their defeat. Now there is someone who doesn't accept his victory. I can kill him. Long Chuanwu firmly clenched his fists and coldly looked at Qin Yun. Who is this guy to Long Yutsang? Let him fight me. Qin Yun ignored him. He supported Long Yutsang and left. Long Chuanwu promptly flew over and landed in front of Qin Yun and Long Yutsang. At this time, Heavenly Dragon sect people also arrived. They want to see who exactly is the person who can send Long Yutsang flying with one punch. It was not easy for Qin Yun to receive that punch. The muscles in his arm are torn and he is feeling faint pain. Luckily he has very strong recovery power and can quickly recover. Long Yutsang only has fifth uncle on his side. He is only a rather strong martial king. He is not Long Chuanwu's opponent. Heavenly Dragon sect people surrounded Qin Yun and Long Yutsang. They also don't want to let them leave. What are you doing? I clearly conceded. Why are you making things difficult for me? Long Yutsang furiously said. You conceded, but this guy challenged me. Long Chuanwu pointed at Qin Yun and said, his voice is filled with anger. I am Boss Long's follower. I used all of my strength to receive that punch. Qin Yun said, even if I fight you, I will immediately admit defeat. I can't beat you. Follower? Long Chuanwu looked at Qin Yun and repeatedly sneered. In that case, just now you were anxious to protect your master? Boss Long treats me very well. Qin Yun said again. His injuries are very serious. I want to take him back to heal. Long Yutsang is also very grateful to Qin Yun in his heart. He did not watch with folded arms at this kind of time. He thought that Qin Yun wished for him to die. After all, he had given Qin Yun tens of billions of purple crystal coins. At this time a young man walked over, sized up Qin Yun and said, Long Yutsang never had this kind of follower. Could it be that he is new? What does it have to do with you how my followers are doing? Long Yutsang furiously said to that youth. You're about to die, yet you're still so arrogant? The young man sneered. Kill me if you dare. Conveniently kill my grandfather as well. Long Yutsang furiously said. Long Yutsang's grandfather is still in seclusion. He is a very strong half-immortal. Previously, when Long Yutsang's father died during the martial arts competition, it could be said that his father's skill was inferior to others. But now that Long Yutsang has admitted defeat, if he continues to pester Qin Yun, then when his grandfather comes out, he will definitely flip out. Long Yutsang, I won't kill you, I only want to fight this guy. Long Chuanwu's hand is still in pain because he has not felt pain for a very long time, so he must fight Qin Yun. I am only Peak Xian martial realm, still not a martial king. I also said that when I received your punch, I used all my strength to protect Boss Long. My internal injuries are not light, I cannot defeat you. Qin Yun furiously said. You are just a follower, why are you talking so much nonsense? A middle-aged martial king walked over and punched Qin Yun's face. Qin Yun promptly dodged to the side. At this time, Long Chuanwu arrived behind Qin Yun in a flash and heavily punched Qin Yun's back, causing Qin Yun to spit out a mouthful of blood. All of you stop! Long Yutsang furiously roared. This caused his injuries to become even more serious. Long Chuanwu is the kind of person who always seeks revenge for the slightest grievance. Qin Yun obstructed him from killing Long Yutsang, so he harbors hatred in his heart. Today, no matter what, he must kill Qin Yun. Qin Yun is now surrounded by a group of people. He cannot retaliate, otherwise he will also die. Heavenly Dragon sect has many dreadful half-immortals. Your cultivation is not high yet you can receive my punch, you truly have skill. Seeing Qin Yun vomiting blood, Long Chuanwu felt a lot better in his heart. His face revealed a trace of sinister smile. Do you want to know why I was able to receive your punch just now? Qin Yun suddenly laughed. Why don't you tell me? Long Chuanwu asked. Other elders in the vicinity, as well as spectators, all of them want to know. They are all looking at Qin Yun. Because my arm is innately born with extraordinary strength. I cannot defeat you, after all I don't have any good martial arts. But if we compete in strength, I will not lose to you. Qin Yun pulled up his sleeves and said very confidently. What a joke, you are just a peak Xian martial realm guy. No matter how strong you are, can you be stronger than mid-stage martial king Long Chuanwu? The one who spoke is a tall and proud, beautiful and tall woman. Only my arm is very strong, in terms of speed and other aspects. I am not as good as Long Chuanwu, Qin Yun said. If we fight arm wrestling, I will surely defeat him. This immediately aroused Long Chuanwu's competitive spirit. What if I win? Long Chuanwu is not convinced, he said with sneer. Let's play a game. Let's fight arm wrestling, whoever loses will be slapped, how about it? If you win, you can ruthlessly slap me. Qin Yun faintly smiled. He played this kind of game before, and it was very enjoyable. Long Chuanwu feels that he is a mid-stage martial king. He cannot lose to a peak Xian martial realm cultivator, moreover that person was injured by him. Chuanwu, fight him. After I win, I'll smash his face. The tall woman smiled proudly. Alright. Long Chuanwu laughed. At this time, an old man took out a square stone and used it as a table for them to arm wrestle. Qin Yun slightly squatted down, placed his hand on the table, and grabbed Long Chuanwu's hand. Begin. An old man from Heavenly Dragon sect feels that this is very interesting and shouted. After the match began, Long Chuanwu's body trembled. The king dragon totem on his body flickered with golden light. It is as if a golden sun has appeared on his body. It flickered with very intense light rays. At this time, people near Long Chuanwu retreated one after another because the light rays are very unbearable for them. Long Yutsang was also supported by his fifth uncle and retreated to a distant place. Heavenly Dragon sect people are also secretly startled while retreating. They all know that Long Chuanwu is very strong, but he did not manage to suppress Qin Yun's hand. Long Chuanwu is also extremely apprehensive because he sensed that his power is disappearing invisibly. There is a 9-sun divine soul on Qin Yun's wrist. It is hidden under the skin and flesh of his wrist. Now that it sensed Long Chuanwu's formidable power, it has been quickly absorbed. Long Chuanwu doesn't know what is going on. He only feels that his power is being suppressed by the opponent. Naturally, Qin Yun's power is also very strong. After all, he has a mortal devil body. His body is equivalent to having 3 Xian Dao cores. The Xian Dao power he released now is filled with vibration, thunder and fire. It is also extremely berserk. Long Chuanwu's hand is filled with golden light rays. And Qin Yun's wrist is flickering with black thunder and lightning that contain fire and fire. More than 10,000 Long family people on the battle stage let out a low cry because Long Chuanwu's hand is about to be pressed down. Long Chuanwu also feels that his power is not Qin Yun's match. He is being pressed down bit by bit. Even if he uses his strongest power, he is still unable to pull it back. Chuanwu, what are you doing? That tall woman shouted loudly. Long Chuanwu firmly gritted his teeth and let out a loud shout. His bare upper body suddenly flickered with golden light and a golden dragon appeared. This is a virtual image transformed from Xian Dao power. After the golden dragon virtual image appeared, it coiled around Long Chuanwu's body and arm, causing Long Chuanwu's power to increase by a lot. He can now raise his hand and push back Qin Yun. As expected of my fiancé, you are very awesome. Quickly press that brat down, let this young miss ruthlessly slap his face. That tall woman shouted loudly. Everyone cried out in alarm in their hearts. This woman is actually Long Chuanwu's fiancé. Apparently she is also very strong. Qin Yun let out a muffled groan. He released earthquake divine ability power, and controlled the earthquake power to pour into his wrist. Everyone can see that Qin Yun's arm is bursting with blue veins, black gas is madly rushing out, moreover it is unceasingly trembling. The golden dragon virtual image on Long Chuanwu's arm also became very unstable because of the trembling. You bastard! Long Chuanwu's face immediately turned red. He loudly cursed because his hand has been pressed down on the table by Qin Yun. He lost. Long Chuanwu actually lost to someone in arm wrestling. Long Yutsang also deeply inhaled a mouthful of air. Everyone can see that during the wrestling, both of them were very serious. This kind of competition is a test of how to use power, as well as how to coordinate the power of the whole body. And Long Chuanwu, who had the greatest advantage, still lost. I already said, my hand has boundless power, arm wrestling is a sure win. Qin Yun rubbed his wrist and said with faint smile, according to what we said before, if you lose, you must give me a slap. Of course, if you want to act shamelessly, I can't do anything about it. Heavenly Dragon sect people, as well as Long family elders, their expression became somewhat unsightly. During the martial arts competition, Long Chuanwu chased and beat up Long Yutsang, who admitted defeat. It already caused people to feel that he has no integrity. If he acts shamelessly now, all the Long family disciples will secretly laugh at him. Chuanwu, let him hit you with your strength, he cannot break your defense, that tall woman said with sneer. Chapter 834. Body Protecting Dragon Handle. Chapter 834. Body Protecting Dragon Handle. Qin Yun doesn't want to fight because if he slaps Long Chuanwu, Heavenly Dragon sect people will surely flip out. But if he doesn't fight, he would be letting down his hand. Just now, he put in a lot of effort to fight for this opportunity. Motherfucker, let's talk after we fight. Qin Yun took a deep breath, waved his hand and promptly released all kinds of power within his body. He used the strongest earthquake divine ability power. Ha ha ha. Quickly come and hit me. Long Chuanwu saw Qin Yun raise his hand and showed gloomy and proud expression. Brother Yun, don't hit him, quickly stop. Long Yutsang suddenly shouted from the distance. Qin Yun's hand is suspended in the air. He turned his head to look at Long Yutsang and asked, "Why?" Long Yutsang said with grave expression, "The barrier he released is called Body Protecting Dragon Handle. It is very dreadful. According to legend, even Xian tools would be damaged by it. Furthermore, the Body Protecting Dragon's handle has a very strange characteristic. It can bore into the flesh and bones and then spread rapidly, tearing the flesh, bones, and tendons. This is the supreme secret technique of the Heavenly Dragon incantation. Majority of the people in the arena are Long family people." Hearing Long Yutsang's shout, none of them are not frightened. They all heard the legend of Body Protecting Dragon Handle. According to legend, if an immortal uses it, it can even block immortal tools. The Heavenly Dragon sect people all have proud smiles on their faces, because only they can cultivate that mysterious and powerful Body Protecting Dragon Handle. "That follower, quickly hit him!" the tall woman yelled from the distance. "I won't hit him." Qin Yun took a deep breath, retracted his power and put down his hand. Everyone immediately roared in laughter. "He is delivering his face to be hit, but he doesn't dare to hit. This is the dreadfulness of Body Protecting Dragon Handle. If he hit him, his arm would most likely be crippled. As expected of Heavenly Dragon sect disciple, he has mastered core martial arts. He is so formidable." Long family people exclaimed in admiration and praised one after another. At this time, the tall woman walked over and said in cold voice, "It is not up to you whether you want to hit him or not. Chuanwu is willing to bet and must accept defeat. If you don't hit him, people will think that our Chuanwu is acting shamelessly." Soon after, a few Heavenly Dragon sect youngsters arrived one after another and surrounded Qin Yun. "You're not allowed to leave until you continue fighting," the tall woman shouted coldly, her voice full of threat. Everyone felt that this scene was hilarious, because now Heavenly Dragon sect's people are forcing others to attack Long Chuanwu. Everyone knew how terrifying the dragon aura was. And Long Chuanwu is a martial king. His Body Protecting Dragon Handle can block Dao tools. If a Xian artifact were to hit it, it would be destroyed. Heavenly Dragon sect people are forcing Qin Yun to fight Long Chuanwu. Their intention is very clear, they want to cripple Qin Yun's hand. In this way, everyone witnessed the fearsomeness of the body protecting dragon handle. Can't we not fight? Qin Yun said, he is your fiancé, you want me to beat your fiancé, this is not good. The tall woman said coldly, cut the crap, hurry up and fight. A lowly follower like you will never be able to touch my Chuanwu's handsome face. Qin Yun looked at Long Chuanwu with frown and asked, why didn't you release body-protecting dragon handle when arm wrestling? If you had released it, you would have won. Long Chuanwu said, that's because I wanted to defeat you fair and square. If I had used body-protecting dragon handle, your hand would have been crippled. This kind of competition would have no meaning. His words are spoken with awe-inspiring righteousness. The tall woman also said with smile, worthy of being my destined person, doing things in a straightforward and upright manner. Indeed, if I want to win fair and square. And if I lose, I want to fulfill my promise. So, hurry up and give him a slap in the face. If you say one more word, I will kill you. Qin Yun took a deep breath, raised his hand and once again mobilized all the power in his body. This time, Ling Yuner will also release Nether Sun power. Seeing Qin Yun raise his hand, everyone stood up and earnestly looked at Long Chuanwu's face. They want to clearly see what will happen after Qin Yun's hand hits, whether it will melt or not. I will hit. Qin Yun loudly shouted and then slapped Long Chuanwu's face. Qin Yun's palm landed on Long Chuanwu's face, causing everyone present to tremble. Rumble. The trembling sound is accompanied by tremors. Violent black thunder burst out and violent energy waves surged out. The momentum overflowed to the sky, accompanied by gale and big waves, shaking everyone present. Long Chuanwu let out a painful scream. He was sent flying by the incomparably berserk power and crashed into the spectators stand far away, creating a huge crater. Chuanwu. The tall woman immediately shouted. Her voice is filled with anger and heartache as she glared at Qin Yun. It was you who forced me to hit him, Qin Yun said with a helpless expression. Everyone wants to laugh, but they don't dare to. Long Yutsang also wants to laugh, but he can only hold it in, otherwise he would have been ruthlessly beaten by the tall woman. Everyone can see that she is very unreasonable. It was indeed the tall woman who forced Qin Yun to hit her fiancé. Originally Qin Yun said he would not hit but he was forced to. Now Long Chuanwu has been sent flying. A few Heavenly Dragon sect middle-aged men also promptly flew over and supported Long Chuanwu. Seeing the half-dead and half-alive Long Chuanwu, everyone's heart trembled. Long Chuanwu's handsome face that could charm many women has now been beaten red and swollen. His mouth is also crooked. He is now seeing stars. He is half unconscious. A handsome youth has been beaten beyond recognition. Long Yutsang, who is trying to hold back his laughter, looked at Long Chuanwu's miserable face and wanted to laugh even more, but he can only hold it in. Because holding back his laughter is very unbearable, he coughed out a large amount of blood, laughing so hard that he suffered internal injuries. Chuanwu, how are you? The tall woman yelled with heartache. Qin Yun took this opportunity to slip away, but he was caught by the furious tall woman. What are you doing? You want to play arm wrestling with me? You can't win against me. Qin Yun promptly said. Bastard! Who told you to injure Chuanwu? The tall woman furiously shouted. Dreadful ice-cold energy wave rushed out of her body, causing the surrounding temperature to suddenly drop. The tall woman's fists also attacked Qin Yun again and again. Qin Yun really did not expect that this woman would be so dreadful. Apparently she is late-stage martial king, one realm higher than Long Chuanwu. Are all the people from Immortal desolate freaks? Qin Yun cursed in his heart and dodged again and again. While dodging, Qin Yun suddenly discovered that a large ice lock has appeared on his legs, making him unable to move. Boom! The tall woman's fist heavily landed on Qin Yun's face. Soon after, A series of ice-cold fists landed on Qin Yun's body. Qin Yun is only Peixian martial realm. He can only fight with brute force. He cannot win against these late-stage martial kings from Immortal Desolate. In just a few blink of an eye, Qin Yun has been hit more than 100 times by the tall woman. His nose is badly bruised and his face is still bleeding. "Dog lackey, I will beat you until you become a eunuch!" the tall woman furiously shouted. Her lily-white hand ferociously grabbed Qin Yun's legs. Qin Yun's hands are now sealed by the ice lock. It is hard for him to budge. Seeing the tall woman's hand trying to steal his peach, a series of curses appeared in his heart. Fuck. 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 The tall woman actually doesn't want to kill Qin Yun. She feels that it would be letting him off too lightly. So she thought of beating Qin Yun until he becomes a eunuch in front of everyone. Just as her lily-white palm was about to reach out, who would have thought that Qin Yun's thigh would suddenly clamp her lily-white palm, clamp, clamp. Many people are looking at this scene, and they are completely dumbfounded. The tall woman is actually trying to steal a man's peach in front of everyone's eyes. The tall woman is also stunned. She thought that Qin Yun has no strength left after being beaten. She thought that she could beat Qin Yun into a eunuch with one palm. She did not expect that Qin Yun's thigh would be so strong. He actually firmly clamped her lily-white hand. Incomparable shame and anger immediately rushed up in the tall woman's heart, causing her face to turn completely red. In order to pull her hand out, she vigorously dug a few times. This caused her to feel incomparably regretful because she touched something terrible. Everyone is dumbfounded. This aloof and remote woman actually did such a crude and inelegant thing. Ah! Qin Yun is also stunned, then let out an incomparably sharp scream. Heavens, I have kept my chastity like jade for more than 20 years in vain. Today I am being molested by a female hoodlum in front of everyone. Someone quickly come. Someone is molesting an innocent young man. Qin Yun screamed, heart-tearing and lung-splitting. The tall woman's beautiful face is completely red. Her face is filled with shame and anger. She unceasingly stamped her feet. Hearing Qin Yun's words, she is completely dumbfounded. Wretched bastard! The tall woman vigorously kicked Qin Yun and finally sent him flying. She now wishes that she could chop off her own lily-white hand. Even though I am a follower, I still have dignity. You are still a woman, yet you actually did such a shameless thing. You don't even have a little bit of shame in your heart. After Qin Yun was sent flying, he vomited a few mouthfuls of blood and furiously cursed. You. I will kill you. The tall woman furiously jumped up and shouted. She took out a long sword and rushed over. Heavenly Dragon sect people did not stop her because they also don't know what is going on. Quickly come and kill me, I don't want to live anyways. Qin Yun's expression is one of despair as he said, You touched me, I am yours. If you want to kill me, if you want to scrape me, do as you wish. That woman's sword has already pierced forward, however it stopped in front of Qin Yun's forehead. The sword is flickering with cold light and trembling. It is filled with incomparable anger. Long Yutsang is also secretly admiring Qin Yun. He is actually so lowly to the point that the tall woman cannot bear to attack. You just wait for me, the tall woman said while gnashing her teeth, then stamped her feet and flew away. She did not even look at her fiancé Long Chuanwu. She feels that she has lost all her face today, she has suffered enough, she only wants to go back and properly calm down. Qin Yun has been helped up by Fifth Uncle. Fifth Uncle has a look of admiration on his face. A3. My clean reputation has been destroyed in one day. Qin Yun's pretentiously lamenting appearance makes people want to beat him up. Fifth Uncle brought away Qin Yun and Long Yutsang, these two injured fellows. The people in the arena also dispersed. They really did not expect that Long Yutsang's follower would be so top quality and also very strong. Not to mention slapping Long Chuanwu, Long Chuanwu's fiancé took a fancy to him. Chapter 835. People with surname Xian within Long Yutsang's residence. Fifth uncle is healing Long Yutsang's injuries. Qin Yun is sitting on a chair. His recovery is very fast. Even though he was beaten up by that woman, his injuries are not too serious. Long Yutsang's injuries are the most serious. It looks like he is half dead. Boss Long, what is that woman's background? It seems like she is even more formidable than Long Chuanwu. Qin Yun has a mortal devil body and heavenly lion bloodline, so he is not injured by that kind of dreadful frost. I only know that woman is not surnamed Long, her name is Xian Rujing. Looking at her clothes, she seems to be a heavenly dragon sect disciple. Fifth uncle said, her strength is indeed very strong. It seems like she is very young, but she is already late-stage martial king. She might even be a peak-stage martial king. Long Yutsang said with smile. Who knows if she is old or not? Maybe she is an old tigress that has lived for 10,000 years? Fifth uncle shook his head and said, if she has lived for 10,000 years in a mortal desolate and still has this kind of cultivation, she would be very mediocre. She would not be able to become a heavenly dragon sect disciple. Long Yutsang looked at Qin Yun and said with smile, Brother Yun, you used your thigh to clamp her hand. It was very dangerous. Are you not afraid of her squeezing it until it explodes? Qin Yun laughed loudly and said, of course not, I protected her very well. Little brother, Long Chuanwu must have a very strong background in heavenly dragon sect. Otherwise, a woman like Xian Rujing would not be willing to become his fiancée. Fifth uncle said, you better quickly leave our Dragon King manor, otherwise when Long Chuanwu wakes up, as Xian Rujing's fiancé, he will go crazy and take revenge on you. Fiancé? I am not afraid of him. Qin Yun managed to sneak into Dragon King manor with great difficulty. He is not going to leave. Qin Yun is not afraid of Long Chuanwu. He is his fiancé's killer. I will go rest first. Qin Yun returned to his room, calmly lied down on his bed, and informed Xiao Yuemei about what happened outside. Xiao Yuemei giggled nonstop after hearing. Brother, that Xian Rujing must have been deceived. You don't know what it means to have the surname Xian in a mortal desolate. That Long Chuanwu, no matter how strong his background is, he is not worthy of Xian Rujing. Xiao Yuemei said. Qin Yun recalled Xian Qiru. She is that immortal emperor's daughter. In the immortal desolate, what is the background of people surnamed Xian? Qin Yun promptly asked. Great background, that immortal emperor is surnamed Xian. His clan has been an overlord of a region in immortal desolate for a long time. Xiao Yuemei said with smile. I suspect that Xian Rujing secretly followed them. Qin Yun said. I don't care about this, wait until Long Yutsang recovers. I will think of a way to get some information from him. I need to quickly settle things here and leave the Dragon King Manor. The situation inside the Dragon King Manor is very chaotic. Qin Yun is worried that some unforeseen event might happen. Qin Yun rested for a day. Early in the morning, he suddenly heard Long Yutsang's furious voice. What are you doing here? This is my territory, quickly scram! Long Yutsang shouted. Qin Yun walked out of the room and saw a few heavenly dragon sect people outside. One of them is Long Chuanwu, the other are some Long family elders. Long Chuanwu's face became filled with anger seeing Qin Yun come out. His face revealed dense and cold killing intent. Not only he was sent flying by Qin Yun's slap yesterday, his fiancée was also humiliated. This is double hatred for him. Long Yutsang, your follower violated our Dragon King Manor's rules. We will now imprison him. A Long family elder said. Rest assured, we will not kill him. According to our Dragon King Manor's rules, we will imprison him for 10 years. Long Yutsang furiously said, What rules did he violate? Why don't you tell us? That old man said with sneer. He fought in the Dragon King Manor. Long Yutsang suddenly recalled that Qin Yun indeed fought outside the battle stage yesterday. He exchanged a few moves with Xian Rujing and even beat up Long Chuanwu. That woman also fought, what do you say? You can't be partial to anyone. Long Yutsong yelled. Relax, we will also send Xian Rujing to prison and imprison her together with your follower. That Long family elder said with sinister smile. Long Chuanwu firmly clenched his fists and said with evil smile, provoking Rujing truly reckless. Actually, Long Chuanwu wanted to personally take action, but Xian Rujing already said that the follower is her prey. Long Chuanwu is in a weak position, so he can only give Qin Yun to Xian Rujing. The corner of Long Yutsong's eyes twitched. He can already imagine what kind of ending Qin Yun and Xian Rujing will have if they are imprisoned together. He is only my follower. He is not part of our Dragon King manor. I will immediately send him away. Long Yutsong was saved by Qin Yun, so he naturally wants to protect Qin Yun. Long Yutsong, if you obstruct us, we will imprison you as well. That old man yelled. You are so overbearing, why don't you just kill my follower? Long Yutsong furiously said, aren't you Heavenly Dragon sect people very arrogant? Let that woman come and kill my follower. Long Chuanwu said with sneer. Even though we are from Heavenly Dragon sect, we still have to abide by Dragon King Manor's rules. Otherwise, we will be blamed for breaking the strict family rules. Rules must be upheld, otherwise they will not be able to use rules to restrain competing factions in the future. Even though Long Yutsong's father was killed, he died on the battle stage, this is allowed. And Long Chuanwu wanted to kill Long Yutsong, this is equivalent to breaking the rules. Luckily Long Yutsong was not killed, otherwise if his grandfather came out of seclusion, it would be very troublesome. Within Dragon King Manor, the older the person, the more they abide by the rules. Now they don't dare to continue breaking the Dragon King Manor's rules, otherwise other people will take advantage of them. You bunch of hypocritical bastards, especially you, Long Chuanwu, you almost killed me. You are a person who broke the rules, why are you standing here perfectly fine? Long Yutsong pointed at Long Chuanwu and loudly cursed. Because I have rendered meritorious service to Dragon King Manor, I have made up for my mistakes, so I am fine. Long Chuanwu said. He now wishes he could go over and twist off Qin Yun's head. But he was warned by his elders many times that he cannot act recklessly, he can only endure now. Son of a bitch, what meritorious service do you have? Long Yutsong is very unconvinced. I contributed some Heavenly Dragon secret art. This obtained the unanimous approval of Dragon King Manor's elders. Long Chuanwu said with sneer. Long Yutsong glanced at his fifth uncle. Fifth uncle shook his head. He is also powerless now. He let Qin Yun go yesterday, otherwise today's matter would not have happened. All right, then lock me up. Qin Yun suddenly said. Long Yutsong said, I want to personally see that woman being locked up. Long Chuanwu laughed loudly and said, no problem. Just like this, Qin Yun was escorted away by a few old men towards a strictly guarded forbidden area in the center of Dragon King Manor. This forbidden area is surrounded by a barrier and powerful guards. It is a kilometer-wide circular area. There are many artificial mountains inside, no buildings can be seen. After Qin Yun entered the forbidden area, he sensed at least 10 valiant immortal emperors hiding in the dark. The captain of the patrol team is also a very strong martial king. There is a cave in one of the artificial mountains. Qin Yun was escorted inside. Through a flight of stairs, they entered very deep underground and walked through a dusky passage. Long Yutsong is also following behind. Not long after, they arrived outside a stone door. The old men took some time before they managed to open the stone door. Inside the spacious stone room, there is a tall and slender woman wearing white and blue armor. Her hair is tied up in a ponytail. This woman is precisely Xian Rujing. As soon as she saw Qin Yun, her entire body burst out with killing intent. Heart-piercing, bone-piercing, ice-cold killing intent caused everyone inside the stone room to be secretly horrified. Long Yutsong knows that they sent Qin Yun here to let Xian Rujing kill him. Xian Rujing violated Dragon King Manor's rule. She fought inside Dragon King Manor. She will be imprisoned for 10 years. One old man said. Long Yutsang, you also saw, we are very fair and impartial. Bullshit. Xian Rujing will come out very soon. Long Yutsang cursed in low voice. If she contributes to our Long family, she can indeed make up for her mistake. Our Dragon King Manor is also very benevolent. That old man chuckled and said, All right, let them serve their sentence here. Long Yutsang only hopes that Qin Yun won't die. He wants his grandfather to come out of seclusion. At that time he will have a solution. At this time, everyone also came out of the stone room. The thick and heavy stone door slowly closed. Several layers of barrier have been set up. Qin Yun looked all around, then indifferently asked, Should I take it off myself or will you do it? You. What are you thinking? Xian Rujing furiously shouted, then took out a long sword emitting threatening cold air. It is actually an immortal sword. Yesterday you took liberties with me. Today we are a man and a woman alone here. Don't tell me you want to execute me on the spot? Qin Yun said. You bastard! Are you going to kill yourself or do you want me to kill you? Xian Rujing recalled yesterday's matter and stomped her feet in anger. She also knows that Qin Yun deliberately played tricks on her. Since childhood, she has never experienced this kind of thing. So yesterday she was caught unprepared and could only leave in anger and shame. Later she calmed down and realized that she was played. I was touched by you, I am yours. If you want to kill me, come kill me. Qin Yun is sitting at a corner and said with grievance. You are still pretending? You are a grown man, why are you pretending to be pure as ice and clean as jade? You are a bastard, a shameless pervert. Xian Rujing firmly held the immortal sword, rushed over and placed the sword on Qin Yun's neck. Truth be told, I am still a virgin, but your fiancé. Heh, the number of women he played with must be even more than your clothes. Qin Yun curled his lips and said, No matter how much of a bastard I am still stronger than him, all right? You are not allowed to speak like that about Chuan Wu. He is wholeheartedly devoted to me. Xian Rujing furiously said. If you don't believe me, how about we make a bet? I bet that he is taking advantage of the fact that you are locked up in here. He is flirting outside. Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. If you don't believe me, come out with me and take a look. Chapter 836. Delicate fragrance. How Xian Rujing looked at the mischievous smile on Qin Yun's face and wished that she could slap him. You bastard, don't try to drive a wedge between us. My relationship with Chuan Wu is not something you can imagine. Xian Rujing shouted in low voice. Even if he has other women outside, it is also normal. He is so outstanding. He attracts bees and butterflies. Qin Yun nodded and said with a smile, You are right. It's not a big deal for a man to have 3 wives and 4 concubines, but the woman he finds must be comparable to you. The more Xian Rujing heard, the angrier she became. She furiously said, A woman equal to me? Don't even think about it. Even if he's outside, he's just putting on a show and treating those women as tools to vent his anger. I'm the only one in his heart. I did not expect you to be so open-minded. Long Chuanwu's luck is really good to have such a good wife like you. Qin Yun said with smile. You're envious, right? Humph, a bastard like you will never have a wife as excellent as me even if you have a few lifetimes. No one will even become your wife. Xian Rujing proudly said. Sorry, I have a wife. Qin Yun laughed loudly. My wife is much more outstanding than you. When you stand together with her, you look just like a maid. I will kill you. Xian Rujing waved her immortal sword and ferociously stabbed towards Qin Yun's forehead. Qin Yun hurriedly closed his eyes, as if he was not afraid of death. He muttered, You touched me, you touched me, you touched me. Xian Rujing is going crazy in anger, she loudly shouted. So what if I touched you? I wish I could castrate you. Qin Yun quickly opened his thigh and said, Come and castrate me. Anyway, I've already been defiled by you. So what if I die? Why are you pretending? Do you really think I don't dare to kill you? Xian Rujing wanted to attack several times, but for some unknown reason, she could not do it. Of course you dare, so kill me quickly. Qin Yun curled his lips and said, after you kill me, quickly go find your Chuanwu. Maybe he is in some brothel. Xian Rujing flew into rage and furiously shouted, bastard, I will tell you again. My Chuanwu is definitely not that kind of person. He will definitely not go to that kind of dirty place. If you doubt his character again, I'll cut you into 8 pieces. Qin Yun said with a smile, if you don't believe me, let's go take a look. How about it? How? We are now imprisoned here. Don't think that by provoking me, I will take you out. I won't be fooled by you. Xian Rujing originally thought that she would be tortured for a few days. She did not expect that the one being tortured would be her. Qin Yun knows that Xian Rujing can't do anything to him. Xian Rujing feels a bit guilty in her heart. She feels that she carelessly touched Qin Yun's place and feels very apologetic in her heart. If you agree, I can take you there right now, Qin Yun said. All right. I agree to go with you. How are you going to take me out of this dungeon? Xian Rujing groaned. Give me your hand, Qin Yun said. Don't even think of touching me. Xian Rujing became extremely vigilant. You've already touched me there. What's wrong with letting me hold your hand? Qin Yun found it very funny and said. Xian Rujing said in cold voice, don't play any tricks or I will make you wish you were dead. You are not my match, you should be very clear about this. She extended her hand towards Qin Yun. Qin Yun pulled her hand and turned both of their bodies transparent, then unleashed mysterious penetration divine ability. Although there are many barriers in the dungeon, not all of them have been activated. Because Xian Rujing is still inside, Qin Yun can easily bring her out. Xian Rujing is incomparably shocked in her heart after being pulled out by Qin Yun. She now understands why Qin Yun is so fearless. He can escape at any time. Be quiet, don't speak. Qin Yun sent sound transmission to Xian Rujing. You bastard, you deliberately entered the dungeon. What kind of evil intentions do you have towards me? Xian Rujing asked. She is now following Qin Yun. They are carefully walking through a dusky passage. They are leaving the dungeon. What kind of evil intentions can I have? On the other hand, you deliberately let Long family people capture me. The one with evil intentions is you. Qin Yun said in sound transmission. Humph. Of course I want to ruthlessly teach you a lesson. Xian Rujing cursed in low voice. Not long after, Qin Yun brought Xian Rujing out of the dungeon and arrived at the forbidden area above. It is noon now. Qin Yun and Xian Rujing's body have become transparent. Nobody can see them. Qin Yun has a mysterious concealment Dao talisman on him. It can also conceal his aura. Qin Yun walked out of the heavily guarded forbidden area according to his memory. Xian Rujing is secretly amazed. She did not expect her follower to have such great ability. He can easily enter and exit this kind of tightly guarded place. Qin Yun brought Xian Rujing back to Long Yutsang's residence. Long Yutsang is walking back and forth in the residence alone. He is clearly very worried about Qin Yun. Boss Long, I have returned. Qin Yun suddenly shouted and then let Xian Rujing appear. Long Yutsang saw Qin Yun and the beautiful Xian Rujing suddenly appear, holding hands. He is immediately stunned. He has the urge to kneel down and worship. He was very worried that Qin Yun would be tortured half to death by Xian Rujing. He did not expect that not long after, Qin Yun would return holding Xian Rujing's lily-white hand. This simply toppled Long Yutsang's understanding of the world. Brother Yun, she is Xian Rujing? Long Yutsang asked in amazement. It's this young lady, what about it? Xian Rujing coldly groaned and said. She doesn't know why, but she feels that secretly following Qin Yun out is a kind of peculiar excitement. Long Yutsang very much wants to kneel down and kowtow to Qin Yun to express his admiration towards Qin Yun. Brother Long, quickly prepare a carriage, take me to a brothel near Dragon King Manor. Qin Yun said. Brothel? Brothel? What are you doing? You want to sell her to a brothel? Long Yutsang opened his eyes wide and almost shouted. Qin Yun said in a bad mood. Of course not. I suspect that Long Chuanwu is in a brothel. This young lady Xian doesn't believe me, so I want to take her to see. The reason why Qin Yun is so sure is because Long Yutsang said that there are some Long family children who are very close to Long Chuanwu, and those Long family children are all brothels. This is no problem, I will immediately take you there. Long Yutsang said, then promptly prepared a carriage. Long Yutsang, Qin Yun and Xian Rujing boarded the carriage. Oh, that's right, when we go out they will check the carriage. You must hide yourselves at that time. Long Yutsang said. No problem. Qin Yun laughed, then looked at Xian Rujing. Just don't make any noise when the time comes. Xian Rujing glared at Qin Yun. Rest assured, I will not make any noise. I want to see how long you can play your tricks for. She finished speaking, grabbed Qin Yun's hand and vigorously pinched it. She said in cold voice, Don't misunderstand, I just don't want you to run away. You are very crafty. Qin Yun laughed and did not say anything. Long Yutsang said, Brother Yun, Long Chuanwu must have left Dragon King Manor with those guys. Those guys are in charge of brothels, they must be very free and unfettered this time. Xian Rujing cursed in low voice. You bastard, don't think of slandering my Chuanwu, he is not that kind of dirty person. Long Yutsang laughed and said, Miss Xian, it is clear that Long Chuanwu is an expert in this field. Don't look at his ice-cold appearance, his skill in bed is very outstanding. You are talking nonsense. We have been together for so long, he has never touched me. His heart is very pure, only you people with filthy minds would think so badly of him. It is no wonder who told you to be weaker than him, so you can only slander him. Xian Rujing said with sneer. Qin Yun also did not say anything. Long Yutsang said with smile, Miss Xian, it is normal for men to be lecherous, but for Long Chuanwu to visit brothels all day long, it is very outrageous. Xian Rujing said in cold voice, If you can't take out proof, you will all die. While the carriage is moving, Qin Yun changed his appearance, and became a middle-aged man. Xian Rujing and Long Yutsang are secretly amazed. If they met Qin Yun outside, they would not have recognized him. Brother Yun, how many identities do you have? Long Yutsang is beginning to suspect that the face they saw before might be fake. Many. Qin Yun said with smile. Not daring to show people his true appearance, he must be an ugly freak. Xian Rujing said disdainfully. Miss Xian, if we are comparing handsomeness, your fiancé might not even be as good-looking as my niece, do you believe me? Qin Yun said with smile. A person with belly full of evil tricks like you must be very ugly. Xian Rujing disapprovingly said. At this time, Qin Yun took out a soul-chasing talisman. When he was arm-wrestling with Long Chuanwu, the 9 Sun Divine Soul absorbed a lot of Long Chuanwu's power. Now he is using that power to extract Long Chuanwu's aura and send it into the soul-chasing talisman. This way, he will know where Long Chuanwu is. Very soon, the soul-chasing talisman found a direction. North of Dragon King City, there is a brothel built by Long Tao there, it is called Delicate Fragrance House. Long Yutsang said. Xian Rujing's heart suddenly jumped, she is even more worried in her heart. She cannot tolerate Long Chuanwu visiting brothels all day long, she cannot help but feel nervous, she is worried that it is true. Qin Yun's hand is now tightly grabbed by Xian Rujing, it is still somewhat painful. At dusk, the carriage arrived at the Delicate Fragrance House. Delicate Fragrance House has several tens of floors, it is very brightly colored. We have arrived, you guys go in, I will wait for you here. Long Yutsang doesn't dare to go in. He is worried that some conflict will occur and he will be killed by Long Chuanwu. Qin Yun pulled Xian Rujing, both of them turned transparent and walked down from the carriage. The reason why Qin Yun wants to sow dissension is to disrupt Heavenly Dragon Sect's internal affairs. Everyone can see that Long Chuanwu is very important to Heavenly Dragon Sect. If Long Chuanwu and Xian Rujing have a conflict, Dragon King Manor's internal affairs will become even more chaotic and Qin Yun can take advantage of it. Chapter 837. Mysterious Energy. Chapter 837. Mysterious Energy. After Xian Rujing arrived, she became indescribably nervous. "Are you afraid?" Qin Yun said through sound transmission. "I am not afraid. It is impossible for Chuanwu to be in this kind of place. Even if he is here, he will be accompanying those Long family disciples. He will not participate in this." Xian Rujing replied. Qin Yun followed the soul-chasing talisman and arrived at the 60th floor in a short while. Moreover, he used mysterious penetration divine ability and entered a very large hall. There is a pool inside the hall. Inside the pool there are all kinds of seductive women wearing thin clothes. There are dozens of women inside. They are casually wearing clothes. Some are not even wearing clothes. It is very revealing. There is a long table here. There are a few men sitting on it. It is Long Chuanwu and a few Long family disciples. "Big brother Chuanwu, what do you think of the girls in my place? They are all top-notch." A round-faced youth proudly smiled and said, "This person is Long Tao." "Very good. I am very satisfied with their looks and bodies." Long Chuanwu chuckled and then drank a big mouthful of wine. Xian Rujing is trembling in anger. Even though her aura is overflowing, it has been concealed by Qin Yun's mysterious concealment Dao talisman. Long Tao asked with smile, "How are they compared to Xian Rujing?" There are a few naked seductive women standing behind Long Chuanwu. They are all lying on his body. Long Chuanwu's hands are touching their bodies. He laughed loudly and said, "Much better than Xian Rujing. You don't know how dreadful that tigress is. I don't even dare to kiss her face. Don't even talk about sleeping with her." Hearing Long Chuanwu's words, Qin Yun felt very happy in his heart and vigorously pulled Xian Rujing back. Xian Rujing is also showing signs of erupting like a volcano. This kind of matter would also erupt in anger. "Big brother Chuanwu, I have to say, you are truly skillful. You can actually make a woman like Xian Rujing fall head over heels for you." A blue-clothed youth praised. "This is nothing, you don't know, when I was in Immortal Desolate. People called me Tyrant Dragon Spear. Wait a bit, I will let you girls experience my Tyrant Dragon Spear's might, ha ha ha," Long Chuanwu said with proud smile. Those few women who are lying on Long Chuanwu's back are also speaking all kind of lewd words and groping Long Chuanwu's body. Long Tao said, "Big brother Chuanwu, that Xian Rujing controls you so tightly. Why are you still together with her? What if you marry her in the future? Doesn't that mean I can't live a carefree life?" Long Chuanwu said with smile, "She promised me that I can find a few concubines. The main reason I'm with her is because of her background. You guys don't know how powerful her family is. If I can sleep with her, my spirit meridians will evolve into immortal meridians." Is she that powerful? Long Tao and the other youths are very shocked. Qin Yun is also secretly apprehensive. Xian Rujing actually has this kind of ability. He is tightly holding Xian Rujing's hand. He can feel her hand trembling unceasingly. Apparently Xian Rujing is sobbing in grief. Seeing that it was about time, Qin Yun hurriedly pulled her out of the hall. Long Chuanwu and others inside do not know that Qin Yun and Xian Rujing have been here. They are still drinking and chatting. The sky is getting dark. Qin Yun left with Xian Rujing and stuck a few fire talismans inside. He and Xian Rujing came out of Delicate Fragrance House and ignited the fire talismans, making the house burn with fire. After Xian Rujing and Qin Yun entered the carriage, burst of shouts came out of Delicate Fragrance House. Delicate fragrance house is on fire, Brother Yun, did you do it? Long Yutsong saw Qin Yun and Xian Rujing appear in the carriage, and promptly asked. Xian Rujing's face is full of tears, she has a dazed appearance. Let's go quickly, Qin Yun urged. Long Yutsong saw Xian Rujing crying like a pear blossom in the rain, and realized that Long Chuanwu is inside. You men are not good things, Xian Rujing said while crying in grief. Of course, Long Yutsong said with smile. Brother Yun, are you not a good thing? I am a good person, not a good thing, Qin Yun said with smile on his face. I don't believe it, Long Yutsong said with mischievous smile. Late at night, Qin Yun brought Xian Rujing back to the dungeon. The people guarding outside the dungeon do not know that Qin Yun and Xian Rujing came out, and Long Chuanwu, who was preparing to have a good time, had no choice but to change the battlefield because of Delicate Fragrance House's fire. Qin Yun also wanted to kill Long Chuanwu earlier, but the conditions did not allow it. Long Tao and the other Long family disciples are all martial kings. Moreover, there is also Xian Rujing who is emotionally unstable beside him. Therefore, he decided to be conservative and bring Xian Rujing back first. His final goal is to hide inside Dragon King Manor. Inside the secret room, Xian Rujing is curled up in a corner and crying. Miss Xian, it is truly regretful. Seeing you crying so sadly, I feel guilty, I should not have brought you to that kind of place. Qin Yun walked over and sat beside Xian Rujing. You scram! Xian Rujing shouted while crying. Where can I scram to? I am now in prison. Qin Yun curled his lips and said. You brought me out for a stroll, you can go anywhere. Xian Rujing loudly cursed. Quickly scram far away from me. Xian Rujing, who has been crying and making a ruckus, suddenly calmed down. She sniffed a few times and said, You bastard, what exactly are you plotting? You can clearly run away, why are you staying here to be abused? Qin Yun is startled. He really did not expect that Xian Rujing, who is heartbroken, could think of this matter. Long Yutsong is in his room. He is also very curious about this matter. He is not stupid. He realized that Qin Yun has some ulterior motive, but he did not ask. After all, Qin Yun saved his life. Boss Long is my friend. His current situation is very dangerous. I cannot leave Dragon King Manor. Qin Yun said with sigh. He helped me before, I naturally have to help him back. Are you not afraid that I will expose your matter? Xian Rujing said in cold voice. She is no longer crying. You are not a Long family person, moreover Long Chuanwu treated you like that. Why do you want to help him? Moreover, Long Chuanwu has the nickname Tyrant Dragon Spear. Do you think Heavenly Dragon Sect people don't know about it? But they did not tell you. It is clear that they want to help Long Chuanwu conceal this matter from you. Qin Yun said with sigh. You are so closely involved that you can't see clearly, your feelings are too deep, you can't see through it, you must be more careful in the future. Don't pretend to be a good person, you are also not a good person, you must be a womanizer. Xian Rujing started crying again. Indeed, I am a womanizer, but what does this have to do with you? You are not my wife, Qin Yun said with smile. Qin Yun feels that he is much better than Long Chuanwu. At least he only cheated her feelings, and not her body. Xian Rujing abruptly stood up, took out her immortal sword and pointed it at Qin Yun's neck. You said you have a wife. You must be fooling around with other women behind her back. Just based on this point, I will kill you. Miss Xian, don't vent your anger on me. Qin Yun shook his head and smiled. Didn't you also allow Long Chuanwu to find concubines? My wife also allowed it. I don't believe you, unless you bring me to see her and let her personally tell me. Xian Rujing said. All right, I will let her come out to see you. Qin Yun promptly colluded with Xiao Yuemei inside the Nine Sun Divine Soul. On the way back, Qin Yun told Xiao Yuemei what happened. Xiao Yuemei also knows the gist of the matter. Xiao Yuemei came out of the Nine Sun Divine Soul, causing Xian Rujing to be somewhat startled. This is my wife. Qin Yun pinched Xiao Yumei's face and said with smile, "She is much more beautiful than you." Xian Rujing looked at Xiao Yumei and secretly exclaimed in admiration. Because Xiao Yumei is indeed very beautiful, very charming and pleasant. She has a kind of spiritual aura that stands out from the masses. This kind of unique temperament gives people a kind of breathtaking feeling. Xian Rujing saw many beautiful women inside delicate fragrance house just now, but all of them are filled with the aura of prostitution. And this woman before her is filled with a kind of spiritual aura. "Big sister, why did you kill my husband?" Xiao Yumei saw Xian Rujing holding her immortal sword and asked in panic. He is a swindler, he is not loyal to you," Xian Rujing said. "Yumei, tell her how many women I have," Qin Yun said. 10. "What's wrong?" Xiao Yumei said. Xian Rujing stomped her foot in anger and promptly took back her sword. "It's nothing." Qin Yun is worried that Xiao Yumei will act recklessly and promptly took back her sword. Xian Rujing wiped her tears and said with cold groan, "You escaped a calamity." Qin Yun said with mischievous smile, "Miss Xian, don't be sad. With your condition, you can surely find someone better than Long Chuan Wu." "I won't look any more. I want to be alone for the rest of my life." Xian Rujing walked towards the door. "I will go out now, you stay here by yourself. Then will you tell others about my matter?" Qin Yun asked. "I won't. I will immediately leave Dragon King Manor and stay far away from this sad place." Xian Rujing spoke and then vigorously knocked on the door. "Don't tell me you don't want to teach Long Chuanwu a lesson?" Qin Yun found this somewhat unexpected. "I don't want to see him again," Xian Rujing furiously said. At this time the door opened and Xian Rujing swaggered out. Then the door closed again. "Xiao Yun, this is beyond your expectation. I thought she would teach Long Chuanwu a lesson," Ling Yuner said. Qin Yun shook his head, then sat down at a corner and started thinking about his next plan. Suddenly he sensed an aura rushing up. It is even accompanied by a slight tremble. "What a strong energy aura!" Qin Yun exclaimed in admiration. "Xiao Yun, this forbidden area is a prison. It requires a great amount of energy to maintain the formation and barrier of the prison," Ling Yuner said in pleasant surprise. "This place might be connected to Long family's energy source. That tremble just now, was it that energy source? Could it be immortal origin?" Qin Yun found this somewhat unexpected. Chapter 838. Chapter 838. 9 Dragon Immortal Origin. Qin Yun has 9 Sun Divine Spirit. It makes him very sensitive to all kinds of energy. The energy of heaven and earth comes from 9 suns. Through 9 Sun Divine Spirit, he can quickly absorb 9 kinds of energy. He has a great advantage in energy absorption because most of the geniuses only have 5 or 6 spirit veins. 7 spirit veins are very rare. 7 spirit veins can absorb 7 kinds of sun energy, but compared to 9 kinds of sun energy, it is still very weak. Qin Yun closed his eyes and calmly sensed the very weak energy aura through 9 Sun Divine Spirit. Very soon he absorbed very weak energy. It is a bit like spiritual energy, but it is also not. It should be immortal energy. However, it is not pure immortal energy. Qin Yun said with frown. If it was normal immortal energy, it would be very gentle and gentle. But now the weak energy I am absorbing is somewhat irritable. Xiao Yun, carefully sense the source of this energy aura, then go and take a look, Ling Yuner said. Qin Yun continued to earnestly sense. After more than half a day, he found a direction and said, "It should be over there. Do I really want to go and take a look?" Ling Yuner said with smile, "Of course. Don't you feel that the energy you are absorbing is very special? It seems to be even better than the immortal energy released by immortal origin." Qin Yun himself has 2 immortal origins. However, because he is not a half-immortal or an immortal, He can't directly use the immortal energy absorbed from the immortal origins. He needs to go through a transformation process before his body and Tao core can absorb it. But now he can absorb this mysterious energy aura without any transformation. It can be directly absorbed by Nether Sun and Tao core. It is not without reason that Long family can be so formidable, Ling Yuner said. Jian family is formidable because they have many sword cultivators, and Long family does not have other things to rely on. They are basically unable to contend against Jian family. Qin Yun used mysterious penetration divine ability and drilled into the ground. He followed the weak energy aura and headed towards the direction of the energy source. That must be the energy center of Dragon King Manor, Ling Yuner said. Dragon King Manor has so many formation barriers, it must have a very strong energy source to make the immortal energy inside Dragon King Manor very abundant. Qin Yun is now somewhat worried. He is afraid of encountering the immortal dragon inside Dragon King Manor. After all, it was the energy source of a faction, so it would definitely be guarded by the strongest forces. Qin Yun advanced very slowly so as not to cause too much fluctuation in his aura. After about an hour, Qin Yun could finally sense the rich energy. It's not spiritual energy, but a mixture of immortal energy and spiritual energy. It's very strange, Ling Yuner said. There's a very rich power of dragon essence. Qin Yun had previously absorbed the power of dragon essence, so he found it very familiar. I understand, the Long family must have specially refined the immortal origin, making it produce the energy that dragons like the most, Ling Yuner said in pleasant surprise. This should be the work of the Dragon King Manor's immortal dragon. Qin Yun is still deep in the ground. He does not dare to continue forward. He was worried that there was a very powerful immortal dragon at the place where the energy source was stored. He had only dug out a very small space here, just enough for him to lie down and sit down. I'll cultivate here, Qin Yun said with smile. My Nether Sun can absorb any kind of energy, even if it contains dragon essence power, it doesn't matter. This kind of energy will overflow to anyone, quickly absorb it, Ling Yuner said. I will also cooperate with you. 9 Sun Divine Spirit can absorb 9 different kinds of energy. After Ling Yuner activated Nether Sun's devouring power, she can accelerate the absorption. In just a short while, the small underground cave where Qin Yun is located became filled with 9 colored light rays. Moreover, these light rays are very manic. They unceasingly attacked Qin Yun's body and drilled into his body. Qin Yun operated Immortal Devil Sacred Body Art and absorbed the energy into his body. After the 9 colored light rays entered his Immortal Devil body, they circulated once and turned into very pure energy. Qin Yun's whole body fused with it and then entered the Nether Sun. I feel that my Nether Sun is like a bottomless pit. Although Qin Yun absorbed a great amount of energy, after entering the Nether Sun, he did not cause any reaction from the Nether Sun. The Nether Sun is very quiet, it is pitch black. As soon as the 9 colored light rays approached, they were sucked in and turned black. Qin Yun has been absorbing energy here for 2 days, but he did not feel any change. When he broke through before, he needed to absorb a great amount of energy. Xiao Yun, you should enter the energy source and take a look, Ling Yuner said. Although you can absorb a lot of energy here, it is far from enough. I have to say, the Dragon King Manor's energy source is truly a good thing for me. I wonder what it is? Qin Yun is very curious. He used mysterious penetration divine ability and continued moving forward. Not long after, he arrived at a very spacious underground palace. In the middle of this underground palace's lobby, there is a huge golden sphere. It is several meters wide. There are illusory little dragons from the 9 heavens coiling around it. There were also 9 large steels of different colors erected around this glittering golden ball. These steels are more than 10 meters tall. There are many dragon totems carved on them, surrounding the golden sphere in the middle. Qin Yun is secretly apprehensive. He is certain that the golden sphere in the middle is an immortal origin, but it has been transformed. This kind of transformation technique is very brilliant. Qin Yun promptly informed Xiao Yuemei about this matter. There is no one else here, so Qin Yun released Xiao Yuemei. After Xiao Yuemei saw this, she said in amazement, "This is 9-dragon immortal origin. It can release 9-dragon immortal origin power. It is very suitable for half-immortals and other cultivators. As long as one is not an immortal, they can absorb this 9-dragon immortal origin power and easily refine it. Moreover, there is no need for complex transformation process." Qin Yun took out the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron and said, "Can I take this thing away?" Xiao Yuemei yelled in low voice, "Brother, don't act recklessly. 9-dragon immortal origin is based on the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation. It should be those 9 steels. Without those things, you can only take away an immortal origin." Qin Yun walked over to take a look and said in amazement, "These are 9 different dragon totems." Seeing these totem runes, Qin Yun immediately released Emo. Xiao Yuemei is also somewhat worried as she looked all around. "I hope no one comes in. This Dragon King Manor is even more awesome than I imagined. They actually have these things. They must have obtained the support of Heavenly Dragon Sect. Heavenly Dragon Sect has sent people. It seems like Immortal Desolate's Heavenly Dragon Sect attaches great importance to Spirit Desolate Ordinary Realm's long family." Qin Yun said. "Strange, there is no one guarding this place. Then Long Family's Immortal Dragon should be here," Xiao Yuemei anxiously said. Mo also quickly recorded the dragon totem runes on the steel. She only needs to memorize 8 because Qin Yun has one of them. Dragon and Heavenly Lion both have 9 types of totems. I wonder what their specific use is. Qin Yun does not have much energy to research. He can only record them. Mo spent more than half a day to record them. The totem runes on the steel are only bright runes, but Mo can see the dark runes, so she can completely record them down. "Brother, do you want to go in?" Xiao Yuemei looked at the 9-dragon immortal origin and said, "Go in?" Qin Yun's heart jumped. "After you go in, you will surely be able to absorb even more energy. This energy will be very useful to you. It is much better than directly absorbing immortal origins," Xiao Yuemei said. "Even in Immortal Desolate, many immortal origins have been transformed. The immortal origins in Spirit Desolate are very small and very ordinary. It is very difficult to transform them. Long Family's immortal origin is very big, that is why it can be transformed." After Xiao Yuemei entered the first pearl of the 9-sun divine soul, Qin Yun promptly entered the 9-dragon immortal origin. As soon as Qin Yun entered, he felt pain and itchiness all over his body. A great amount of energy is entering his body. It is indeed very awesome. Qin Yun is incomparably pleasantly surprised. Ling Yuner also activated Nether Sun's devouring ability and quickly absorbed the 9-dragon immortal origin's power. Qin Yun is now inside the 9-dragon immortal origin. He can absorb the strongest and richest energy. Feeling the energy rushing into his body like a great river, Qin Yun endured the pain and became very happy. Being able to absorb so much energy, this kind of pain is not even worth mentioning to him. A part of the energy released by the 9-dragon immortal origin is used to maintain the Dragon King Manor's barrier formations. Through these formations, the 9-dragon immortal origin's power is transferred to special cultivation rooms for people to cultivate and absorb. And now, most of the 9-dragon immortal origin's power has been intercepted by Qin Yun, causing many large-scale barriers and formations to lose effectiveness. Many people cultivating inside the cultivation rooms sensed that the 9-dragon immortal origin's power has become very thin. They promptly came out and started complaining. Not long after, the entire Dragon King Manor sank into a state of panic. Many older generation also promptly came out to appease them. Many people have arrived at the underground palace where the nine-dragon immortal origin is located. There is no problem with the nine-dragon immortal origin. There is still a lot of energy inside, it is just that it cannot be released. There must be some problem with the formation, an old man said. Let the inscription masters maintain the formation, unblock the runes of the formation, let the energy flow smoothly, it should be able to recover, a very old man said. It's all right, everyone can rest assured and go back. Not right, the formation was maintained not long ago. It is impossible for such a big problem to occur. Another bald old man shook his head and said, Then what is going on? Why don't you go in and take a look? That old man said with smile. Won't I be courting death if I go in? Who can endure the berserk energy inside? The bald old man said in cold voice. Then what exactly is the problem? In my memory, this has never happened in the Dragon King manor. Old ancestor immortal dragon is in seclusion, otherwise we would have asked him. A group of long family elders are discussing outside. Chapter 839. King's Chi. Not only was the old man from the Long family here, the people from the Heavenly Dragon School had also come. This alarmed Qin Yun and made him even more nervous. He really wanted to run out, but if he did, he would definitely cause quite a commotion, and he would definitely be discovered. These guys quickly leave. Qin Yun also told Ling Yuner to stop Nether Sun from devouring. After the Nether Sun stopped, the Nine Dragons' immortal source also recovered. Seeing that the Nine Dragons' immortal spring had recovered, the group of people outside was baffled. In their opinion, something must have happened to the Nine Dragons' immortal origin. They did not know much about the Nine Dragon immortal origin, even the Heavenly Dragon sect people did not know what was going on. Therefore, they could only give up and leave. Qin Yun, who was hiding in the Nine Dragons' immortal origin, heaved a sigh of relief. Beauty Yun, what should we do next? Can you continue absorbing it? Asked Qin Yun. Of course we have to continue. This is a good opportunity for you to step into the martial king realm. Ling Yuner said, Nine Dragon immortal origin power is very good for you at this stage. Nether Sun just devoured a lot of energy just now and has some reaction. Alright, then let's continue. Qin Yun also threw caution to the wind. With a breakthrough right in front of him, the temptation of becoming a martial king was great. He could not resist this temptation. Ling Yun continued to control the Nether Sun and crazily devoured the energy inside the Nine Dragon immortal origin. Qin Yun endured the pain and circulated the immortal devil sacred body art. He controlled the swelling energy caused by the stinging pain and circulated it within his body. Earlier, those elders from the Long family had also said that they did not dare to enter the Nine Dragons' immortal origin because they would be pierced by the berserk energy within the Nine Dragons' immortal origin. Even if they went in for a while, they were not willing to. However, Qin Yun is different. In order to cultivate his immortal fiend body, he has endured immense pain. In terms of enduring pain, not only was his mind able to endure it, his physical body was also able to endure it, which was why he was able to enter the Nine Dragons' immortal origin. After Nether Sun started devouring again, the spiritual energy inside Dragon King Manor started to have problems again. A large group of old men came to the underground stone room to check the Nine Dragons' immortal origin. Qin Yun is no longer afraid. He continued devouring because this group of people do not dare to come in. Long family old man and Heavenly Dragon sect old man are quarreling outside the Nine Dragon immortal origin, blaming each other for not properly protecting the Nine Dragon immortal origin. Inside the Nine Dragon immortal origin, Qin Yun heard the quarrel outside. He found it funny and also very nervous. He was worried that those people would discover that he was inside, and he was also worried that the mysterious immortal dragon would appear. Just as he was thinking of the immortal dragon, Ling Yuner suddenly shouted, Xiao Yun, pretend to be an immortal dragon and let them leave. Impersonating an immortal dragon? Then how can I impersonate? Qin Yun asked. If I don't act well, I will be seen through. Just imitate the dragon's voice and speak. This shouldn't be difficult for you, right? Ling Yun'er said. Qin Yun had also heard a dragon's roar. It was indeed not difficult. After thinking about it carefully, he released a vibrating force and spoke in a rough and dignified voice through his throat. Stand down, all of you. The 9 dragons' celestial origin will recover soon. While the group of people were making a ruckus, they were also extremely shocked when they heard the voice. Patriarch Immortal Dragon, why are you inside? Aren't you in seclusion? No need to ask, all of you stand down. Qin Yun raised his voice, making it sound somewhat stern. He also did not say anything to avoid giving himself away. Those people felt that it is somewhat strange, but they did not ask anything and promptly left the underground palace. After all, the voice came from inside the 9 dragon immortal origin. Therefore, they believe that Patriarch Immortal Dragon is inside the 9 dragon immortal origin. However, they are very suspicious because this is something that has never happened before. Qin Yun felt a lot more relieved seeing those people leave. Relax, even if we are exposed, it is a matter for later. Now we should seize the time to cultivate. Ling Yun'er said with smile. Yun'er, do you think Sister Yao Fong can come out? Since there is Patriarch Immortal Dragon here, immortals should also be able to move around inside the Dragon King Manor. Qin Yun asked. If Yao Fong can come out, he will feel a lot more at ease. I don't know, don't act recklessly. If something goes wrong and Sister Yao Fong is sucked into the Immortal Desolate, we will have one less helper. Ling Yun'er said. At the crucial moment, Yao Fong can always give him a lot of help. The greatest benefit of becoming a martial king is that one can absorb spiritual energy into one's body and transform it into king energy. Then one can use king energy to strengthen Dao Core and let it evolve continuously, thus obtaining even stronger power. Qin Yun's nether sun needs to absorb a great amount of energy to evolve and transform spiritual energy into king energy. His psychic energy and physical body cultivation were both very advanced. His mental power is nether moon and his body is immortal devil body. Although his Dao Core is nether sun, it has just been condensed, it is very young. Nether sun is very peculiar, no matter how much it evolves, it looks like a black hole, there is no change at all. But the amount of energy released from inside has increased greatly. Qin Yun feels that even though his nether sun is a bottomless pit, the amount of energy it can store is very large, at least several times more than other nether sun of the same level. The most awesome aspect of nether sun is that it can compress a lot of energy. When the energy is released, it will bring along a burst of power, making the energy even stronger. As for how to use nether sun, Qin Yun can only rely on Ling Yun'er. He cannot directly control it. Ling Yun'er is nether sun Dao spirit. She is very knowledgeable about how to use nether sun's energy. With her help, Qin Yun cannot use it carelessly to avoid harming himself. Several days later, 9 dragon immortal origin suddenly trembled slightly. Now there is not a bit of spiritual energy in the entire Dragon King Manor. Even the entire Dragon King City is in a state where spiritual energy is very thin. Although Dragon King Manor's old man is very anxious, he can do nothing about it because he thinks that old ancestor Immortal Dragon is doing something. Dragon King Manor and Dragon King City's people are also very anxious, they don't know what is happening. Inside the 9 dragon immortal origin, Qin Yun's body suddenly swelled up and then shriveled up again. His entire body looks like it is fiercely breathing. When his body swelled up, it looks like it is about to explode. It is very dreadful. Xiao Yun, you are about to succeed. Continue to hold on. I will also control Nether Sun to use its strongest devouring power to devour energy. Ling Yun'er yelled. Qin Yun can feel that he is on the verge of breakthrough. He is crazily absorbing boundless energy, refining it with immortal devil sacred body art and then sending it into Nether Sun to blast open the door inside. The pitch-black Nether Sun is revolving very quickly. Every once in a while, Qin Yun condensed some energy and sent it into Nether Sunday. While condensing energy, Qin Yun's body also expanded. Boom boom! Qin Yun's body suddenly trembled and let out a loud explosion. The entire nine-dragon immortal origin fiercely trembled, causing the underground palace to slightly tremble. Soon to succeed. Qin Yun gritted his teeth, crazily condensed energy, causing his entire body to swell up. He has condensed enough energy, his body is on the verge of exploding. Open! Qin Yun controlled the energy and sent it into Nether Sun from all direction. Great amount of energy rushed out from Qin Yun's 4 limbs and 100 bones and rushed towards Nether Sunday. Boom. Nether Sun let out a deep and low trembling sound, then shot out 2 golden light rays. 1 golden light filled with King's energy rushed towards Qin Yun's entire body. Success! Nether Sun can release King's energy. Ling Yuner yelled. Qin Yun's body is currently undergoing transformation. It is about to be baptized and refined by King's energy. However, at this time, he suddenly sensed a very strong dragon energy approaching. Very strong. Could it be old ancestor immortal dragon? Qin Yun is startled in his heart. He promptly rushed out of the 9-dragon immortal origin, used mysterious penetration divine ability, and drilled through a wall to return to the underground prison. Just as Qin Yun left, a robust old man arrived. His face is filled with doubt. Luckily Qin Yun left very quickly, otherwise he would have been in trouble. He returned to the underground prison. It is completely empty, there is no other person's aura here. During this period of time, no one from outside has come in. Luckily they did not discover me. Qin Yun let out a long sigh. I really did not expect that there would be such a good thing like 9-dragon immortal origin inside Dragon King Manor. If I can soak in there for a bit longer, I will be able to break through very quickly. Qin Yun is very fond of the 9-dragon immortal origin. Even though it tormented him and caused him great pain, the instant he broke through, he felt incomparably carefree. I am now Martial King. Even if I meet Long Chuanwu and Xian Rujing, I will not be at a disadvantage. He is currently controlling the Nether Sun and releasing King's energy to nourish his body. Ling Yuner said with smile. Xiao Yun, give it a try and see whether or not you can open the 4th pearl of 9 Sun Divine Soul. Qin Yun also took this opportunity to use his strongest mental power to permeate into the 9 Sun Divine Soul. After trying for a while, he can only give up. Not good, I can't open it. A3. It is truly a pity. I wonder when I can open it. Ling Yuner said. I will ask Sister Yao Fong. Qin Yun promptly contacted Yao Fong inside the 3rd pearl of 9 Sun Divine Soul. Sister Yao Fong, I have become Martial King. Why can't I open the 4th pearl? Qin Yun asked. You have become Martial King? Yao Fong said in amazement because Qin Yun's breakthrough is too fast. Qin Yun explained the process to Yao Fong, causing her to exclaim in admiration again and again. I also don't know when I can open the 4th pearl. In short, it is related to mental power. Yao Fong said. After Qin Yun's mental power transformed into moon, it became Nether Moon and has not been able to increase it. But the mental power released by Nether Moon is also very strong. Forget it. Let's wait until my mental power increases again. Qin Yun feels that his mental power level is now comparable to Martial Emperor's. At this time, the stone door suddenly opened. Qin Yun is startled in his heart. He promptly controlled the Nether Sun and stopped releasing King's energy. A group of tall and sturdy men came in, there are 15 of them. And the last one to come in is Long Chuanwu. Chapter 840. Bloody evil dragon cave. Several heavenly dragon sect half-immortals came with Long Chuanwu. Just as they entered, Long Yutsang also arrived. What are you doing? Beating up a prisoner is also a violation of the Dragon King Manor's rules. Long Yutsang arrived and loudly roared. Nothing much, we are just transferring some prisoners to this spacious cell. An old man said. The dozen or so prisoners are all martial kings. They are all middle-aged burly men. With one glance, one can tell that they are from the Devil Desolate. They deliberately transferred those prisoners here. Their goal is very obvious, it is to teach Qin Yun a lesson. Long Yutsang can tell with a glance. He promptly sent sound transmission to Qin Yun. Brother Yun, quickly run away, don't worry about me. Of course Qin Yun won't run, he is now a martial king. Moreover, he has smoothly infiltrated the Dragon King Manor. We should go out, Long Chuanwu said with evil smile. The old men also walked out of the door. Long Yutsang, quickly come out! Come out quickly, it's visiting time. A few old men shouted at Long Yutsang. Long Yutsang can only go out, he suddenly feels that he should not be so worried. He also saw Qin Yun's fearless expression just now. Bang! The heavy stone door was slammed shut. The dozen or so burly men in the cell also laughed sinisterly. One of them was a burly man with dark skin and hair all over his body. He laughed harshly and said, "This guy looks quite tender. I'm going to F***ck him." "Fuck me? You want to hit me?" asked Qin Yun with a frown. "Hit you? Ha ha ha, where's the fun in beating you? Only by doing you will it be fun." The big man laughed sinisterly. An incomparable disgust surged into Qin Yun's heart. This group of burly men actually meant that. Qin Yun has a very bad feeling. After all, there are a few burly men who want to get on top of him. "You guys are disgusting me." Qin Yun took a few deep breaths and said indifferently. "Ha ha ha, this disgusts you? Then I'll make you vomit later." The big man laughed wildly. The other burly men also roared with laughter. These people were all in the martial king realm, and they were all demonic cultivators. Even if Qin Yun had not broken through to martial king, he could still defeat them, let alone now. After breaking through, the energy stored in his nether sun and bones increased by a lot. The Xian Dao power he can release is 2 to 3 times stronger than before. "Did Long Chuanwu send you here?" Qin Yun asked. "So what if it is, so what if it isn't? If you don't want to be beaten up, then take off your pants." A big man grinned. Qin Yun felt a wave of disgust in his heart. He closed his eyes and said, "You disgust me. I should have killed you, but it would have been too easy on you. I'm going to make you wish you were dead." "Who do you think you are? He actually wants us to live a life worse than death. Very arrogant, I like it." "Stop talking. You guys go and capture him." "Let me go first." Several burly men hurriedly rushed over. Qin Yun's body flashed and he vanished. The 10+ burly fiendish cultivators are all stunned, then they immediately look around, trying to find Qin Yun's figure. "Where did that guy go? Damn it, this place is not that big, we will surely find him. Let's split up and find him, we will surely find him." Just as they are about to move, a burly man suddenly let out a miserable scream. Everyone immediately looked over and saw that burly man's abdomen has been pierced by a hand. That hand is currently pinching that man's Dao core. Gotcha! That Dao core has been crushed to pieces. Devil energy filled with fishy stench rushed out. "I have been crippled." That burly man screamed miserably. Other fiendish cultivators promptly rushed over. Qin Yun sneered. He activated the overwhelming righteous martial spirit inside his nether sun and released overwhelming righteous power. It swept forward and released a burst of white sparkling and translucent air wave. Ah, those fiendish cultivators are enveloped by the overwhelming righteous power, their bodies are rotting as if they are being burned. They are in incomparable pain and emitting black gas. "You bastard, what kind of power did you use?" I am going to die. A fiendish cultivator's skin is rotting from being burned, it looks too horrible to look at. Qin Yun is at the distance. He sent out palm after palm. White gale unceasingly attacked those fiendish cultivators, causing them to scream miserably in pain. Their bodies were originally full of muscles, but now they are as thin as a match, their muscles are all rotting. Even though you all look very disgusting now, I feel a lot more at ease. Qin Yun faintly smiled. These fiendish cultivators attacking someone with overwhelming righteous power is just courting death. When this power hits their bodies, it feels like they are being burned. Even if they are martial emperors, they would still be beaten to their knees by Qin Yun. Those fiendish cultivators were very arrogant just a moment ago, but now they are all howling in pain. Qin Yun is also sitting at a corner, continuing to release king energy into his body to consolidate his cultivation. 2 days later, Long Chuanwu's group arrived again. Long Yutsang has been staying at the entrance of the forbidden area for the past 2 days. As soon as he saw Long Chuanwu appear, he entered the prison. After the door opened, a wave of stench assailed their nostrils. The people who entered the prison saw more than a dozen devil cultivators in such a miserable state, they can't help but feel shocked, they even want to vomit. Long Yutsang is also endlessly shocked because even he would not be able to come out unscathed after being besieged by more than 10 devil cultivator martial kings in this kind of place. Yet Qin Yun is calmly cultivating at a corner. And those more than a dozen devil cultivators are lying on the ground and twitching, their bodies are badly mutilated and they are screaming in pain. You! What did you do? Long Chuanwu furiously said. He thought that after 2 days, he would see Qin Yun beaten beyond recognition. But Qin Yun is completely fine. They wanted to beat me, I beat them back, that's all. Qin Yun said. You can't fight in the prison. An old man from the Long family shouted, Men, capture him. At this time, a heavenly dragon sect elder walked over to check the injuries of a devil cultivator and said in alarm, This is overwhelming righteous power, no wonder this guy is not even a martial king but can easily defeat more than a dozen of them. That is to say, he has overwhelming righteous martial spirit? Long Chuanwu yelled in alarm, his expression is filled with envy. Long Yutsang looked at Qin Yun in shock. He does not dare to believe it. Because in his eyes, Qin Yun is a very treacherous guy. He actually has righteous martial spirit. Heavenly Dragon Sect and Long family elders are all incomparably shocked. They promptly checked the injuries of those devil cultivators. After careful examination, they confirmed that those injuries were caused by overwhelming righteous power. Elder, can you take out his martial spirit and give it to me? Long Chuanwu is wild with joy as he yelled. I can't. Overwhelming righteous martial spirit is very special. If someone with evil intentions fuses with it, they will suffer backlash. Even though you are not a person with evil intentions, you cannot take this kind of risk. That Heavenly Dragon Sect elder said. This guy, how can he awaken this kind of martial spirit? Long Chuanwu knows his own character, so he doesn't dare to forcibly fuse with it because he will lose his life. Kill him, if I can't obtain it, I will destroy it. Long Chuanwu, this is not your home, don't act recklessly. Long Yutsang promptly walked to Qin Yun's side. He is fighting in prison, he must be punished. A Long family elder said. They are all very jealous and want to eliminate Qin Yun. Heavenly Dragon Sect elder suddenly yelled, Wait! This guy has overwhelming righteous martial spirit. If he leads the way into the bloody evil dragon cave, it will make things even smoother for us. Qin Yun suddenly has a bad premonition. Long Yutsang yelled, Are you all crazy? Long Yutsang, you should know how important the bloody evil dragon cave is to our Long family. Heavenly Dragon Sect elder said with sneer. If we can obtain that thing from inside, it will be very beneficial to our dragon blood clan. Long Chuanwu said with evil smile. Indeed, let this guy explore the path in front. Devils and monsters are everywhere inside the bloody evil dragon cave. He can use overwhelming righteous power to easily beat back those devils and evil spirits. Long Yutsong furiously said, "Even half-immortals can die inside the bloody evil dragon cave, let alone a martial monarch. It's decided. After we came down from Immortal Desolate, we were ordered to thoroughly explore the bloody evil dragon cave. Ha ha ha. We will set out in 3 days." Heavenly Dragon Sect Elder laughed loudly and said, "If I can lead you inside, will it be considered as making up for my mistake?" Qin Yun suddenly asked, "If you can explore the path and lead us to the evil dragon palace in the depths of the dragon cave, it will be considered making up for your mistake. We will also not look into your mistake in the future," Long Family Elder said. "All right, I promise you," Qin Yun said. "We will come find you in 3 days, you should stay here for now," that elder said. After they left, Long Yutsong shook his head and started walking back and forth. "Boss Long, what is it?" Qin Yun asked. "Brother Yun, you don't know how dreadful that bloody evil dragon cave is. They are just sending you to your death," Long Yutsong said with sigh. "Where is that bloody evil dragon cave?" Qin Yun asked. "It is inside our Dragon King Manor, it is very deep underground, it is also our Long family's secret. I only heard it from my grandfather by chance," Long Yutsong said in low voice. "According to legend, inside the bloody evil dragon cave, there is a peerless wondrous technique. Apparently it is a very dreadful Dao technique." "Dao technique?" Qin Yun is immediately filled with interest. "It is a cultivation method that can use great Dao law, it is very strong, it seems to be a kind of divine ability. This kind of divine ability can be directly learned," Long Yutsong said. "I will go see if my grandfather has come out of seclusion or not, only he can stop them." Long Yutsong also promptly left the prison. Qin Yun did not expect that the Dragon King Manor would be built above a bloody evil dragon cave. He promptly went to a corner and sat down to cultivate, adjusting his state. 3 days passed by in the blink of an eye. Qin Yun was escorted out and arrived in front of a large mountain on the west side of the Dragon King Manor. There is a cave on the large mountain, there are many people in front of the cave. Even Xian Rujing has arrived. Chapter 841. Underground World. A few days ago, Xian Rujing hid in her room all day and did not come out, causing Long Chuanwu to be very worried. Then Long Chuanwu said he wants to enter the bloody evil dragon cave, and she came out. Long Chuanwu suspects that Xian Rujing must have suffered some kind of provocation in the prison, that is why she is so cold towards him. "Dog follower, did you bully Rujing in the prison?" Long Chuanwu said in cold voice. "With my strength, how can I bully her? Only she can bully me." Qin Yun curled his lips and said. Xian Rujing said before that she will leave Dragon King Manor, but now she is not leaving, moreover she still wants to join in the fun, causing Qin Yun to secretly despise her. "Dog follower, don't be too arrogant. Don't think that Long Yutsong can protect you. You better not give me any opportunity, I will make you die miserably," Long Chuanwu said in cold voice. Qin Yun said with smile, "Didn't I just slap you? Then again, your fiancé also took advantage of me, we should be even." Long Chuanwu and Xian Rujing flew into rage when this matter was brought up. "You shut up!" Xian Rujing loudly shouted. "Dog follower, I will beat you to death right now." Long Chuanwu is extremely furious. He promptly rushed forward and raised his hand to slap Qin Yun. "Stop!" A heavenly dragon sect half-immortal suddenly arrived in front of Qin Yun in a flash, grabbed Long Chuanwu's hand and said in cold voice, "Chuanwu, this guy is very important to us, don't mess up the important matter." Qin Yun looked at Long Chuanwu with mischievous smile and asked, "Sir Chuanwu, your face should not hurt, right? After all, your skin is so thick, surely there won't be any problem." You are a great person and do not stoop to petty people's offenses. Please let me go. There are many people outside the cave entrance. There are many experts from other states among them. Back then, they all saw Long Chuanwu being sent flying with one slap. Moreover, half of his face was smashed and he even fainted. Thinking about this matter, Long Chuanwu became extremely furious. His complexion turned green from anger. His fists are clenched so tightly that they look like they are about to break. Dog follower, I will make you die miserably, Long Chuanwu said while gnashing his teeth. At this time, Heavenly Dragon Sect Elder yelled, Everyone, that bloody evil dragon cave is filled with danger. You can choose not to go in, but if you want to go in with us, you must listen to our arrangements. The Heavenly Dragon Sect came from a mortal desolate. After they arrived at the Dragon King Manor, they invited people from other states' major powers to come over. This is also because Long family wants to display their strength to other people. The bloody evil dragon cave is filled with extreme evil power. It is also many evil. It has many things. If one possessed the overwhelming righteous martial spirit, it would be safer to enter. It could even purify the evil spirits below. Therefore, after they saw that Qin Yun possesses overwhelming righteous martial spirit, they immediately thought of letting him take the lead in entering the bloody evil dragon cave. An old man from Heavenly Dragon Sect took out a golden rope and said, This is a king tool, it can be long or short, moreover it is very tough. Even if a half immortal is trapped by it, it would be very difficult to break free. With that, he tied the rope around Qin Yun's waist. You go in first. If you die, I can sense that you don't have any life aura through this rope. The half-immortal pushed Qin Yun and pushed him into the cave. After Qin Yun went in, he directly slid down a slope. After he went down, he saw a very deep big hole. Wish me luck. Qin Yun jumped into the big hole and slowly floated down. At the same time he released overwhelming righteous power. This hole is very deep. Qin Yun slowly dropped down. He can feel a burst of evil wind rushing up. Elder, will that dog follower die inside? If I can't kill him myself, it will be hard to dispel the hatred in my heart. Long Chuanwu firmly clenched his fists and said in cold voice, If he dies, we won't be able to obtain that Dao technique. Moreover, over the years, many seniors who have gone in to explore have brought along many powerful magic treasures. They must be inside as well, the old man said with a smile. I checked very carefully. That brat has no storage magic tool on him. Even if he saw it, he wouldn't be able to hide it. Hearing the Heavenly Dragon Sect old man's words, other people became excited one after another. There are many magic tools inside the bloody evil dragon cave. Qin Yun finally reached the bottom of the bloody evil dragon cave. This should be 100,000 meters below. After Qin Yun reached the bottom, it is pitch black all around. Although there is dense evil and cold wind, there are no evil spirits appearing. Qin Yun looked at the golden rope with disdain. If he wants to, he can directly cut it with Nether Spirit Sacred Blade. A3. They want to harm me, I will also harm them. If Qin Yun cuts the rope, those people above won't come down. Bloody Evil Dragon Cave is a very dangerous place. Qin Yun feels that he has enough power to protect himself. If he brings those people down, maybe he can kill a large group of them. Yuner, doesn't Dragon King Manor have an immortal dragon? Why doesn't he come here to investigate? Qin Yun curiously asked. I don't know, wait until we go out and ask Long Yutsang. Ling Yuner said. Qin Yun found a passage and walked through it. Great amount of evil Yin power unceasingly rushed over from that side. His entire body is releasing overwhelming righteous power flickering with white light, illuminating all around. After he walked for a while, he suddenly saw a skeleton on the ground. Looking at these bones, it should be a martial emperor. Qin Yun carefully looked at the skeleton. He is lying on the ground, many bones on his body are broken. He must have been injured by something when he was fleeing in panic. Ling Yuner said, "The thing in his hand seems to be a king tool." Qin Yun picked up the spear and said with smile, "It is indeed a king tool, moreover it is slightly damaged. It is a very good bait. Xiao Yun, you can send sound transmission to those people above and lure them down." Ling Yuner mischievously laughed and said, "Give them this broken-down king tool, they will surely rush in." Qin Yun took out a sound transmission conch and sent sound transmission to the people above. "Shout, quickly pull me up, I found a good thing, it is a spear, it seems to be a Dao tool." After the old man who released the rope heard this, he promptly controlled the rope to shrink and quickly pulled Qin Yun up. Qin Yun also followed the rope and increased his speed. After he came out, a group of people immediately surrounded him. Especially those Long family old men, they are wild with joy seeing the spear in Qin Yun's hand. "This is one of our old ancestors' weapon, it is a king tool. When you saw this thing, was there anything nearby?" "There was nothing, it was just stabbed into the ground." Qin Yun gave a simple description of the situation below. Everyone saw that he is fine and became restless, they want to go down and take a look. At this time, Qin Yun sent a message to Long Yutsong, telling him not to go down. Just now, Heavenly Dragon Sect and Long family elders discussed and decided to send some people down and some people to stay above to prevent any mishap from happening. And Long Chuanwu and Xian Rujing also wanted to go down. Finally, 200 people went down, among them are martial kings, martial emperors and half-immortals. Naturally, they did not go down immediately, they let Qin Yun lead the way for 5,000 meters. Qin Yun entered the bloody evil dragon cave again. Very soon he arrived at the bottom and started walking forward. He was only here before. After that group of people came down, they felt goosebumps in their hearts. Because the evil power here is very dense. Qin Yun also feels that it is very strange. Why is there such a place below the Dragon King Manor? This dragon cave is more than 100,000 meters deep. The passages are very spacious. It is clear that this is a place for giant dragons to drill in and out. The skeleton has already been stored away by Qin Yun. He will not let those people see the skeleton, otherwise they will definitely be scared away. Qin Yun is walking in the front, after passing through a 10,000 meters long wide passage. He arrived at a dusky place. He is standing there in a daze because ahead is a mountain range, there are many tall mountains and there is also a river. The scene ahead is like a mountain range and river in the middle of the night. And this is deep underground. Don't tell me this is an underground world? Qin Yun is extremely apprehensive, then promptly reported the situation to the group of people behind him. He looked at the sky, it is pitch black, there are no stars or moonlight. Therefore, he is certain that this is not desolate domain, rather a world deep underground. Qin Yun read about this kind of underground world in ancient books when he was a child. It is filled with mystery. What exactly is going on with this bloody evil dragon cave? Qin Yun very much wants to release Long Tianji's poison dragon spider, but there are people behind him. He is worried that he will be discovered. Not long after, the group of people behind him arrived. They saw the mountain range and river ahead and repeatedly exclaimed in admiration. So the legend is true. This bloody evil dragon cave leads to an underground world. An old man said, "It is so big ahead, where should I go next?" Qin Yun asked. "This. You should stroll around the mountain for the next few days. Report to us if you find anything." That half-immortal said. They are very cautious because almost none of the people who came down to investigate came back alive. Therefore, they don't dare to continue forward. They are worried that they will die inside. All right. Qin Yun has a helpless expression, then quickly rushed towards a direction. Everyone admires his courage. He is actually not afraid to enter a place filled with unknown dangers. Xian Rujing knows that Qin Yun has remarkable abilities, so she is not surprised. She even suspects that Qin Yun sneaked into the Dragon King Manor to enter this bloody evil dragon cave. Qin Yun ran towards the mountain range ahead by himself. This underground world can actually grow many large trees. Moreover, these large trees are very strange, their bark is like iron, it can produce clear and melodious sound when knocked. Tree branches are also a kind of weak iron, they can be bent at will. Tree leaves are thin iron pieces. Naturally, these trees and leaves are black. Very fire-resistant. Qin Yun released flame to burn a tree trunk, but it did not ignite. Chapter 842. Heavenly Dragon Order Spider Queen Long Tianji came out of the 9 Sun Divine Soul. She saw Qin Yun's waist and upper body are tied up by a golden rope. She said in hoarse voice, "Can't you untie this rope?" "Of course I can untie it. I told you to come out so that you can release those spiders," Qin Yun said with smile. "Help me investigate what's in the vicinity. If you find anything, tell me immediately." "I can, but you must first give me something to eat," Long Tianji said. Qin Yun curled his lips. He can only take out a piece of meat. Long Tianji is very practical. After she ate the meat, she also released small spiders one by one. Those small spiders are very fast. As soon as they came out, they disappeared and rushed in all directions. There are many of them, more than 100. "Tianji, even if those spiders are very far away, can they still communicate with you?" Qin Yun curiously asked. "Indeed. If I find anything, I will immediately inform you." Long Tianji did not return to the 9 Sun Divine Soul, she is waiting outside. Long Tianji's current appearance is that of a spider, her body is very close to human form. Qin Yun is very much looking forward to her transforming into a human. Qin Yun looked all around and said, "Don't you feel that this place is very strange?" Long Tianji already felt it earlier, now hearing Qin Yun's words, she asked, "What is this place? It looks very dangerous." "I am also not too sure. In short, this is an underground world, it is also called Bloody Evil Dragon Cave." Qin Yun is sitting on a rock, patiently waiting for Long Tianji's discovery. "Are there dragons here?" Long Tianji is very fond of eating dragon meat, she suddenly became very interested. Qin Yun suddenly felt a great pressure. 9th Heaven Xian Sparrow needs to eat dragons, Long Tianji also needs to eat poisonous dragon spider. He doesn't know if he can raise them in the future. 9th Heaven Xian Sparrow and poisonous dragon spider are both good things, even if he loses his family fortune, he can only endure. "I don't know if there are dragons or not, but there is definitely danger." Qin Yun curled his lips and said, "Tianji, could it be that you only like to eat dragon meat? Don't you want to eat something else?" "Indeed, I only eat dragon meat, it allows me to have more dragon blood in my body," Long Tianji said. Qin Yun thought that he could persuade her to eat something else, but now it seems like she is determined to eat dragon meat in order to become stronger. Half an hour later, a voice came through Qin Yun's sound transmission conch. "It is a heavenly dragon sect half-immortal. Did you discover anything?" the half-immortal asked. "Not at the moment. Do you want to come and take a look?" Qin Yun said. However, that half-immortal decisively replied. They were all scared to death, and would not casually step into the underground world. Qin Yun knows that they are very afraid of death, and he is secretly happy in his heart. If he can find something good here, it will definitely belong to him. 2 hours passed, Long Tianji said. "I found something, a small spider found a human corpse." "Is there anything special about the human corpse?" Qin Yun asked immediately. "Yes, his body is very strong, it should be a human half-immortal's body." Long Tianji said, "Do you want to go take a look?" "Of course. Quickly bring me there," Qin Yun said. Qin Yun is also very envious of Long Tianji's ability. Not to mention the speed of those spiders, the things they see and sense can be clearly transmitted to Long Tianji. It is equivalent to having more than 100 clones. Therefore, no matter what, Qin Yun must continue to raise Long Tianji. Long Tianji's speed is also very fast. Qin Yun directly rode on her back and let her run. This way he can also save his strength. Qin Yun also feels that riding a large spider is very strange, but it is also a very refreshing feeling. If I ride on such a thing in the city, I will surely scare people to death. Qin Yun laughed in his heart. Long Tianji madly ran for more than half an hour and finally arrived at the side of the corpse. After Qin Yun arrived, he saw that the corpse is badly mutilated but the flesh and blood are still there. What killed this guy? Qin Yun said with frown. This is a half-immortal. He was attacked from behind by a formidable power and died. This corpse should be from 300 years ago. Long Tianji carefully looked and said, "It is normal for a half-immortal's body to be preserved for 3,000 years. It is just that in this kind of place, there should be many devil and monsters. Unexpectedly no one came to eat this corpse." Qin Yun saw that the half-immortal is holding a token in his hand. Qin Yun took the token and looked at it. There are 2 words, Heavenly Dragon, on it. This token looks very strong. It is actually an immortal tool. Qin Yun carefully looked at it and saw the immortal runes on it and became extremely shocked. Ling Yuner said, "This half-immortal must have a very high position in the Dragon King manor. That token must have been bestowed by the Heavenly Dragon sect." Qin Yun stored the Heavenly Dragon token and began searching the corpse. Half-immortal life crystal is gone, martial spirit and soul are also gone. It is just a Heavenly Dragon token, there is nothing else. Qin Yun curled his lips. Suddenly a burst of cold wind rushed over. Long Tianji yelled anxiously, "Be careful!" Qin Yun's body suddenly flickered with intense, overwhelming righteous energy and enveloped himself and Long Tianji. The blowing cold wind turned into a black shadow and hit the white energy barrier, issuing a burst of miserable whistling sound. The black shadow is emitting black energy, it is constantly letting out fierce roars, it is very scary. It must be an evil spirit. Qin Yun has lingering fear in his heart. The power of the collision just now is very strong. If he was hit, his body would have been torn apart. He took out the Nether Spirit's sacred blade and threw it at the black shadow. The black shadow fiercely trembled, and then was swallowed by the Nether Spirit's sacred blade. Ha! My Nether Spirit's sacred blade is the nemesis of evil spirits. Qin Yun took back the Nether Spirit's sacred blade. He can feel that the Nether Spirit's sacred blade is very happy, it is absorbing the energy of the black shadow. Evil spirits are very strong soul bodies. Nether Spirit's sacred blade likes to devour soul bodies, especially those evil spirits. Ling Yuner said. Long Tianji thought that she would have to take action. She did not expect that Qin Yun would release a very strong energy. It caused her to be extremely apprehensive. Even though Qin Yun killed the evil spirit, he is still faintly worried in his heart. The evil spirit here is very strong, its power is also very strange. If he is not careful, he will be seriously injured. Master, the small spider has found something. Long Tianji suddenly yelled. What did you find? Qin Yun hastily asked. It is about 2 hours from here. There is a very large house. Long Tianji said. Let's go take a look. Qin Yun feels that this large house is the core of this underground world. Long Tianji promptly flew over and brought Qin Yun with her. Along the way, Qin Yun continuously released overwhelming righteous energy, enveloping his and Long Tianji's huge body to avoid being attacked by the evil spirit. About 2 hours later, Qin Yun saw that large house. Qin Yun saw the gigantic building. From afar, it looked like a circular palace that was several hundred meters tall. It was extremely huge, at least 10,000 meters wide. Looking from the distance, it is very shocking. It is releasing a mysterious aura of ancient vicissitudes. It also gives people a very strong oppressive feeling. That incomparably large palace looks like it is imprisoning a very formidable monster. What the hell is this thing? Qin Yun asked Long Tianji to stop. One of the little spiders has been killed. Before dying, it saw a very tall black giant. Long Tianji said, "It must be a devil monster." Qin Yun took out a sound transmission conch and sent sound transmission to Heavenly Dragon Sect people. At the same time, he told Long Tianji to take back the small spider. That Heavenly Dragon Sect old man very quickly replied, "Go in and see what is inside the palace." Qin Yun said, "I don't dare to go in, there are very strong devil monsters outside, I can't beat them. You should quickly come and take a look. If you want to obtain good things, you must take risks." Qin Yun is still tied up with the rope. It is unknown how long it is. It seems like it can be extended indefinitely. It is very mystical. After Heavenly Dragon Sect people discussed for a while, they finally decided to come and take a look. They told Qin Yun to stay motionless at his original spot and then followed the rope. Qin Yun is now at the waist of a small mountain. This small mountain is also filled with black iron trees. On the other side of this small mountain is the huge palace. Qin Yun is sitting inside a tree hole and patiently waiting. Long Tianji spent more than an hour to take back all the small spiders and then entered the 9 Sun Divine Soul's third pearl. Qin Yun is sitting inside the tree hole alone. He said with smile in his heart, "Yuner, how many people do you think will die when they arrive?" Ling Yuner said with smile, "Long Chuanwu won't die, otherwise he will be letting him off too easily. It will take a lot of time for those people to arrive. Qin Yun reckons it will take at least 3 to 5 hours. When Qin Yun arrived, he took all kinds of precautions and concealed himself, so he did not cause too much commotion. If it was a large group of people, none of them would leak out any aura, they would be very strong, they would be easily discovered by those devil monsters and evil spirits. The reason why Qin Yun did not cut off the rope is to trap those people to death. He waited for 8 hours and that group of people finally arrived. Qin Yun jumped down from the tree and saw that each and every one of those people's expression is incomparably unsightly. They originally had 200 people, but now there are only 150 left. Moreover, dozens of them are riddled with scars. More than 50 people died on the way here. Qin Yun cannot help but laugh in his heart. He knew that many people would die. What made him feel relieved is that Long Chuanwu is not dead, however he seems to be very scared. Xian Rujing is also expressionless, her lily-white hand is tightly holding an immortal sword, it is covered with green blood. Dog follower, where is that huge palace? Are you deliberately deceiving us? Long Chuanwu angrily rushed over after seeing Qin Yun, grabbed Qin Yun's collar and punched him in the face. Qin Yun cursed in low voice. "Bastard, after you climb over this mountain, you will see that palace, there are even more dreadful things inside." Chapter 843 843 Chapter 843 Pathfinder Qin Yun said with sneer, "I am not deceiving you. Before you came down, you already knew how dreadful this bloody evil dragon cave is. If you want good things, you have to pay the price. I risked my life to explore the path for you, yet you still doubted me. If I did not explore the path, would you have found that huge palace so easily?" Although other people did not say anything, they all admire Qin Yun in their hearts. Because Qin Yun wandered around blindly by himself, not only did he not die, he even made a great discovery. It must be known that on the way here, they saw the corpses of many seniors, encountered many devil monsters and evil spirits. There are many devil monsters at the entrance of that palace. Anyways, I will not go there, I will die there. Qin Yun said, "Bastard, so what if you die? You have no value to us." Long Chuanwu said with sneer, "Really? Then kill me. Then you, Long Chuanwu, will be in charge of exploring the path, how about it?" Qin Yun sat on the ground, leaned on a tree and said with smile, You will also be like me, tie a rope around your waist and enter that palace. You are so strong, your skin is so thick, you won't die so easily. Long Chuanwu did not speak. He cannot explore the path in Qin Yun's place, even if he was beaten to death. He will not go. On the way here, they encountered all kind of dangerous things. They were all repelled by those half-immortals. Not to mention Long Chuanwu, even those half-immortals don't dare to wander around blindly by themselves. They trembled with fear when they thought about how they would wander around in this mysterious and dreadful underground world alone. Xian Rujing said in cold voice, "If we repel the devil monsters outside, will you be willing to enter the palace to explore the path?" Qin Yun said with sigh, "I know there are devil monsters outside, so I won't throw away my life. I don't know what is inside the palace, so I am not afraid." "Alright, we will go kill those devil monsters. After opening the palace's entrance, you continue exploring the path." One half-immortal said. They now realized how important Qin Yun is to them. Qin Yun said, "My consumption is rather great, give me some pills to replenish my energy." "Oh, that's right, it would be best if you can give me a set of armor and a good weapon. Increasing my survivability will also be very beneficial to you." Long Chuanwu said in cold and sinister voice, "Dog lackey, don't push your luck." Qin Yun said with smile, "Long Chuanwu, even though you are stronger than me, you are useless here. Can you explore the way? Can you defeat the evil spirits and monsters? You can't do anything. You're just here to mess around. At the crucial moment, you might even be a burden. Bastard, I will kill you." Just as Long Chuanwu was about to rush over, a martial emperor grabbed him. "Chuanwu, stop messing around," that martial emperor said in a deep voice. At that moment, someone took out pills for Qin Yun, as well as a set of Dao artifact armor and a Dao artifact level saber. Qin Yun received the pills with a grin and ate them as if they were candies. Xian Rujing said, "Serene Yun, why are you not injured at all? Didn't you encounter anything along the way?" Of course, she knew that Qin Yun could make his body transparent. She deliberately asked to see how Qin Yun would answer. "I have overwhelming righteous energy. The evil spirits and monsters retreated from far away. Naturally, they don't dare to approach." Qin Yun said, "Since it is like this, I will throw you over to scare away those monsters." Long Chuanwu said in cold voice, "What if the monsters outside the palace don't fall for this trick? If I die, you will all be at a loss, your trip will be in vain." Qin Yun curled his lips and said. At this time, 2 half-immortals led more than 10 martial emperors over the mountain and arrived outside the palace. These people are from Heavenly Dragon sect. They have many good equipment and talismans on them. Their fighting strength is very strong. Qin Yun also hopes that they will be successful because he also wants to enter the huge palace to take a look. After entering, he will cut the ropes and let these people wander around blindly. At that time, a lot of them will surely die. Half an hour passed by and the people who went out have returned. The devil monsters have been destroyed, but that door is somewhat difficult to open. We need to join hands to open it, an old man said. A group of people also agreed to go over and open the door together. Qin Yun's waist is still tied with the golden rope. He is also being closely watched by Long Chuanwu. It won't be easy for him to run away. Xian Rujing is actually worried that Qin Yun would run away, so she is also closely watching Qin Yun. Not long after, Qin Yun arrived in front of the palace's entrance and saw a few huge devil monsters. Those devil beasts had humanoid bodies. Their skin was pitch black, and their bodies were enormous. Their blood was green and sticky like mud, and they emitted a foul stench. This door is 100 meters tall, pure black. There are no runes on it. It means that there are no barriers or formations inside. "This door is really big, aren't you afraid that there are some things inside?" Qin Yun said. "I will open a small gap, you go in and explore," a half-immortal said in cold voice. Qin Yun shrugged his shoulders and did not say anything. Under the joint efforts of those experts, the door finally opened a small gap, enough for one person to go in. Qin Yun was also pushed in. Cool and refreshing wind overflowed from the gap, however, in this kind of situation, it is incomparably eerie. Qin Yun passed through the gap. It is completely pitch black inside. He cannot see anything. He is also very scared. He is worried that something might suddenly appear. What he is worried about is happening. Just as he entered, he sensed a dangerous aura attacking him. His body promptly flickered with white light. After illuminating the inside, he can't help but feel a chill on his back. There is a spacious lobby ahead. There are many people inside. These people's eyes have been dug out, their bodies have robust muscles, their clothes are torn apart, their teeth are very long and sharp, they are spitting out black gas filled with evil. Their pitch-black skin is full of goosebumps. It is very scary. Qin Yun's scalp went numb. Luckily his overwhelming righteous energy is very powerful. These devil monsters don't dare approach. There should be several tens of thousands. How can there be so many of these things? Moreover, they are very strong. Ling Yuner said, they should be very easy to kill. Qin Yun took out the Nether Spirit Sacred Blade, released Nether Moon mental power and controlled the Nether Spirit Sacred Blade to shoot. The Nether Spirit Sacred Blade pierced through a devil monster's body, directly devoured the evil spirit inside, and used it to repair the damage. The Nether Spirit Sacred Blade very quickly pierced back and forth, crazily harvesting those devil monsters and evil spirit. Qin Yun also rushed out, released burst after burst of overwhelming righteous power, condensed into gale and raging fire, burned all the corpses on the ground. Very soon, several tens of thousands of devil monsters have been cleaned up. Qin Yun held the Nether Spirit Sacred Blade and sensed the energy inside it. Still not enough, I need to absorb even more souls to repair it. Qin Yun said in his heart. After killing those devil monsters, he arrived at the center of the lobby and saw that there is an open door on the left side of the lobby. He walked over and saw a pitch-black corridor. I don't know what is inside. Qin Yun took out a light-emitting stone and vigorously threw it forward. The light-emitting stone shot forward without any obstruction. It was not blocked by anything and also did not activate any mechanism. At this time, Qin Yun took out a Vajra puppet. It is something he stole from Xian domain people. There are a total of 8 of them. After he modified them a bit, they can be used by him. Naturally, he is using these things in secret. If Xian domain or Long family people knew about this, they would be jumping up and down in anger. A Vajra puppet is exploring the path ahead. If there is any mechanism or trap, it will be discovered. The Vajra puppet is quickly exploring the path ahead. Qin Yun feels that it is somewhat funny because he himself is a pathfinder and now he is letting a Vajra puppet explore the path. I don't know what is inside this palace. I keep feeling that there is some dreadful thing inside. Qin Yun doesn't know anything about this palace. If he wants to thoroughly explore it, he will need a lot of time. Rumble. An arrow suddenly pierced through the Vajra puppet's body. After its body was pierced, the arrow exploded and the Vajra puppet exploded into pieces. Qin Yun is scared. That Vajra puppet is very strong. Its body is comparable to a martial king, yet it has been destroyed just like that. There are indeed many mechanisms inside. Qin Yun deeply inhaled a mouthful of air. He doesn't dare to continue forward. He promptly took out a sound transmission conch and sent sound transmission to Heavenly Dragon Sect people, informing them of the situation here. After the people outside heard this, they promptly entered through the crack of the door. They took out light-emitting stones to illuminate the hall, carefully looked around and then walked towards Qin Yun. Qin Yun stood at the entrance of the corridor and said, I probed just now, an arrow will be shot out. Who among you has a puppet? You can use it to see if there are any mechanisms inside. A half-immortal promptly took out a puppet and let it walk in front of them. Very smoothly, they passed through the corridor. It seems like the only trap failed just now. Qin Yun laughed and then walked in. He very quickly passed through the long corridor and entered another large hall. There are many 2 to 3 meter tall boulders in this large hall. Nobody knows what they are. Is it safe over there? A half-immortal asked. He also controlled his puppet to look around and discovered many large boulders. Without waiting for Qin Yun to reply, that half-immortal hastily walked over. Other people saw this and also hastily followed. They feel that there are some good things inside the large hall. There are large boulders inside. They are not releasing any aura, but they give people a kind of mysterious feeling. Xian Rujing used the immortal sword in her hand to vigorously hack a boulder, but it only left a scratch. It is unable to damage the boulder. Very hard boulders! Xian Rujing yelled in alarm. A few Heavenly Dragon sect half-immortals also have weapons in their hands. They hacked those boulders, but they only left faint scratches. There must be good things inside, a half-immortal yelled in ecstasy. Chapter 844. Regent Origin Stones. Qin Yun very much wants to know what is inside those large stones. He feels that it must be some good thing, but he has no way to take it out. If there were not so many people here, he would have used mysterious penetration divine ability to see whether or not he can take his hand inside. Xian Rujing looked at the stones and said to Qin Yun, "You bastard, do you have any way to take out the things inside? What can be inside?" Qin Yun said with smile, "These stones are only relatively hard stones. I can see that there is something inside, but I am not sure what it is." Xian Rujing looked at Qin Yun with a threatening expression and said, "You should be able to take out the things inside, right?" Xian Rujing knows that Qin Yun knows mysterious penetration divine ability and can easily see through many things. She is now threatening Qin Yun to take out the things inside. I don't have that kind of ability." Qin Yun shook his head and said, "If you can take it out, I guarantee that no one will dare to touch you. After we return, you will be free." Xian Rujing finished speaking and then looked at the group of Heavenly Dragon sect and Long family elders. Those people promptly nodded and said, "Little demon, if you can truly take out the things inside, we will forget about what happened before." Qin Yun curled his lips and said, "I don't trust you." Xian Rujing and Qin Yun were in the same prison before. Everyone saw that she is very certain that Qin Yun has a method, so they all believe that he can do it. Long family people don't know Xian Rujing's identity, but Heavenly Dragon sect people know that she is from an immortal emperor family. Therefore, Xian Rujing's words have great weight. So long as you take out the things inside, whoever wants to touch you will have to go through me first. I will do what I say. Xian Rujing grabbed Qin Yun's collar and said in stern voice, "Bastard, you only have 2 choices now, either take out the things inside or die." Xian Rujing firmly held her immortal sword, cold air pressed against Qin Yun's neck. "All right, I promise you, take out the things inside and you must also promise to protect me." Qin Yun looked at Long Chuanwu and said again, "I am worried that this guy will kill me at any time." Long Chuanwu gritted his teeth in anger and yelled, "Rujing, this guy cannot take out the things inside, don't count on him." Xian Rujing said in cold voice, "Long Chuanwu, if he can really take it out, don't think of touching him again. I will fulfill my promise and protect him." Everyone remembers how Xian Rujing was very concerned and full of love towards Long Chuanwu at the battle stage. And now, she is calling Long Chuanwu by his name. From this, it can be seen that there is a problem in their relationship. Long Chuanwu is also stunned, then he glared at Qin Yun. He feels that this is Qin Yun's doing. Everyone couldn't help but let their imagination run wild. In order to teach Qin Yun a lesson, Xian Rujing deliberately placed him in the dungeon. But since Xian Rujing came out of the dungeon, she has completely changed. This caused people's imagination to run wild. They believe that something indescribable must have happened between Xian Rujing and Qin Yun. At this moment, the place became very quiet. When everyone looked at Long Chuanwu, they felt that his head is lush green, as if he is wearing a green hat. Long Chuanwu also thought of this, but he feels that it is impossible. Because he is very clear about Xian Rujing's temperament, she loves him very much, she does not even let him kiss her, she is very pure and self-loving. If Xian Rujing was truly raped by Qin Yun in the dungeon, then Qin Yun would definitely die. However, other people don't know Xian Rujing's temperament. Everyone's expression towards Qin Yun is filled with admiration. He actually made Long Chuanwu cuckold. Qin Yun can see some things from everyone's expression and bitterly smiled in his heart. Among all the people here, only Xian Rujing doesn't know what everyone is thinking. It can be seen that she is very pure. Long Chuanwu said, "Rujing, if this dog follower can truly take out the things inside, I guarantee that I will not attack him again." Qin Yun suddenly feels that Xian Rujing must know what is inside, otherwise she would not have made such a big promise. Xian Rujing sneered, looked at Qin Yun and said, "They promised me you can feel at ease and take out the things inside." Qin Yun shook his head and said, "What if you change your mind? I don't trust you. You are the person who wanted to kill me before. No one can trust someone who wanted to kill them. He can indeed take out the things inside, but he doesn't trust Xian Rujing. He knows that this woman is lovelorn, this kind of woman is very dreadful." Xian Rujing took out 2 white talismans and said, "These are life-linking talismans. Stick them on your body. If you die, I die. If I die, you will also die. This way you should feel relieved." Finished speaking, Xian Rujing directly stuck the life-linking talisman on Qin Yun's body and the other one on herself. After the talisman was stuck on Qin Yun's body, it suddenly disappeared without a trace. Heavenly Dragon Sex elders are all extremely frightened. "Rujing, Miss Xian, you are too capricious. How can you randomly stick life-linking talismans? Aya, if that brat dies, you will also die. We already promised not to harm him. Why are you still doing this?" A group of elders are sighing one after another. This way they will have to protect Qin Yun. They cannot let him die, otherwise Xian Rujing will be the one to die. Everyone knows how important Xian Rujing is, therefore they cannot let her die. Long Chuanwu is trembling in anger in his heart. He also doesn't know what is wrong with Xian Rujing. She actually did this kind of stupid thing. Qin Yun is also cursing Xian Rujing in his heart. Xian Rujing used life-linking talisman on him to make him protect her at the crucial moment. Xian Rujing's expression is filled with pride as she looked at Qin Yun. She knows that Qin Yun's tricks are very dreadful. She feels that only Qin Yun can be relied on at the crucial moment. She doesn't trust those heavenly dragon sect people at all. Everyone thinks that Xian Rujing is doing this to protect Qin Yun. But Xian Rujing is doing this to make Qin Yun protect her. "Motherfucker!" Qin Yun muttered a string of profanities. "What did you say?" Xian Rujing grabbed Qin Yun's collar and asked in cold voice. Qin Yun said, "I will take out the things inside." Xian Rujing coldly smiled, then looked at everyone and said, "I want 40% of the things inside, you guys divide the remaining 60%. Heavenly Dragon Sect people can only nod repeatedly. Because without Xian Rujing, they would not be able to take out the things inside. Qin Yun promptly asked, "What about me? How much can I get?" "Divide my ass to you." Xian Rujing glared at him. Qin Yun has no choice but to accept. There are more than 100 large stones in this hall. They are all 2 to 3 meters wide irregular stones. The things inside are not very big. Xian Rujing said, "In the middle of these stones there is a watermelon-sized thing. You just need to go in and take it out." "Alright." Qin Yun used mysterious penetration divine ability and stretched his hand inside to grab that thing. Everyone saw this strange skill and cried out in alarm one after another. "This bastard's petty tricks are endless. Xian Rujing cursed in low voice. Everyone nodded one after another. Qin Yun very quickly took out a round stone. It looks like a watermelon, its surface is still green. What is this? Qin Yun curiously asked. Don't ask, just continue taking it out. Xian Rujing yelled. Other half-immortals are also very curious looking at the green stone. They repeatedly expressed their amazement. Although Qin Yun is very curious in his heart, Ling Yuner also doesn't know what the hell this is because there is not even a bit of aura coming from it. Very soon, he took out all the watermelon stones inside the large stones. Xian Rujing took more than 40 pieces for herself and divided the rest equally among those people. A half-immortal took one and said in amazement, "These stones, don't tell me they are Regent Origin stones?" Regent Origin stones. This caused many martial emperors and martial kings to cry out in alarm. Qin Yun is also dumbfounded. These watermelon-like stones are actually legendary Regent Origin stones. After people absorb the energy inside Regent Origin stones, they can quickly break through Martial King and Martial Emperor realm. Xian Rujing is a Martial King. If she can obtain so many Regent Origin stones, she can quickly step into peak Martial Emperor realm. Big Sister Rujing, can you give me two? Qin Yun said with pitiful expression. His eyes are filled with jealousy. No way. Xian Rujing has proud expression. Other people are also very jealous but they cannot say anything because they don't dare to touch Xian Rujing. Qin Yun promptly informed Xiao Yuemei about this matter. Xiao Yuemei immediately yelled, "Brother, don't be discouraged. Regent Origin stones are not important. What is important are Regent Stone Mothers. Those strange-looking large stones are Regent Stone Mothers. Take them all and place them inside to absorb the energy of immortal origin, then they will give birth to Regent Origin stones. Later you will have even more Regent Origin stones. Miss Xian is worthy of being a member of a mortal race. You actually know that these are Regent Origin stones," a half-immortal promptly praised. "I am only guessing. Regent Origin stones are all round and I can sense the energy inside them. I used Regent Origin stones to cultivate before." Xian Rujing laughed and said, "Everyone, there are indeed many treasures inside. I ask everyone to work together, this way we can obtain even more." Everyone is smiling and praising on the surface, but they are all cursing her in their hearts, because she took away the most Regent Origin stones. Qin Yun said, "Big Sister Rujing, can you give me a storage magic tool?" Xian Rujing gave a storage ring to Qin Yun and said, "This is for you, the space inside is very big." Qin Yun looked at the space inside, it is indeed very big, then promptly thanked her. Soon after, he went over and stored all the large stones inside the 9-Sun Divine Soul. This way, everyone thinks that he stored all the large stones inside Xian Rujing's storage ring. "Bastard, what do you want these stones for?" Xian Rujing curiously asked. "These stones are so hard, if I suddenly take one out during battle, it will be able to block the attack of the enemy. Or if I take out a stone, it will be able to injure people." Qin Yun sighed with sad expression and said, "You all obtained Regent Origin stones, I can only take these broken stones to comfort myself. These are Regent Stone Mothers, they are a lot better than Regent Origin stones, but Xian Rujing doesn't know that, otherwise Qin Yun would not have been able to obtain them." Chapter 845. Dragon Malevolence among these people. The happiest are Qin Yun and Xian Rujing. Qin Yun obtained a great number of Regent Stone Mothers and Xian Rujing obtained more than half of Regent Origin stones. Those older generation are very unhappy in their hearts because there are so many of them and they have divided the Regent Origin stones equally, there is not much left. But there is no other way because Xian Rujing is the one who made Qin Yun take out the Regent Origin stones, her contribution is the biggest, it is only natural that she gets the biggest share. A golden rope was still tied around Qin Yun's waist. "Dog follower, you better scout the path for us, or else you'll suffer. Long Chuanwu said with sneer. There is a rope tied around your waist, don't you feel like a dog? Long Chuanwu can't injure Qin Yun, but he can keep insulting him. Qin Yun's temper is very good and he has obtained a large number of Regent Stone Mothers, so he is not angry. Long Chuanwu, do you know? There are so many people here, but the most useless one is you. Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. Half-immortals and martial emperors can fight, Miss Yen can discover regent origin stones. Where are you, Long Chuanwu? You're useless and only know how to scold me. Of course, I'm the most useful. I dare say that most of the people here would rather sacrifice you than let me die. Although those half-immortals and martial emperors did not say anything, they are all in agreement with Qin Yun's words. Long Chuanwu is indeed useless, even though he is a very young martial king. He is still too weak here. Long Chuanwu is so angry that he wants to rush over and beat Qin Yun, but seeing Xian Rujing here, he can only endure. Dog follower, we're just using you. When you have no value, you will become a pile of shit. Long Chuanwu furiously said. If I really am a pile of shit, what about you? Even worse than shit, ha ha. Qin Yun laughed loudly. Chuanwu, enough. An old man lightly shouted. Long Chuanwu can only endure the anger in his heart. Qin Yun is walking at the very front. On the left side of the hall there is a door. When he opened the door, he saw a corridor full of blood. It looks quite dangerous. Qin Yun took out a stone and threw it over. Before the stone could land on the bloody path, a black tentacle reached out and curled the stone into pieces. This place is very dangerous, Qin Yun yelled. A half-immortal saw Qin Yun open the door and nothing came out, so he promptly went over. Don't get too close to the ground, those things won't come out, the old man said. Qin Yun could only let his body float and float over. The corridor was very long, more than 100 meters. Qin Yun quickly passed through. The entire journey was very safe. The old man with the rope in his hand also floated over. After confirming that there was no danger, the others followed suit. After Qin Yun passed through the corridor, he took a turn and walked for a while before he encountered a stone door. He directly pushed the stone door open. Behind the stone door was a stone room filled with red light. It was quite spacious, more than 50 meters in length and width. The moment Qin Yun entered, he saw many people hanging in the stone room that was filled with red light. Most of these people are old people, their feet are tied up, their heads are facing down and their bodies are tied up. Qin Yun carefully looked inside the stone room and immediately became extremely frightened. Those people who are being hung up have a black tentacle inserted into their throats and their blood is being sucked out. This means that most of the people hanging here are still alive. Qin Yun doesn't dare to go in, he is worried that he will also be hung up, so he promptly left the stone room. However, the only way forward is to go through the stone room. Qin Yun looked at the old man behind and said, "There are many living people inside. If my guess is not wrong, they should be Long family elders. They are all being hung up and sucked out. These people are like blood bags, they have been raised by someone and their blood has been sucked out for many years." Qin Yun carefully thought about it and became even more afraid. Because there must be something inside that is constantly sucking blood. Qin Yun told his discovery to the group of people behind him. After they heard, their expression became grave and fear appeared on their faces. "I can try to go through, but don't tell me you guys don't want to save the people inside?" Qin Yun looked at the Long family people. "You go in and take a look. Whoever has the strongest life force, save them. We will ask them about the situation inside." A half-immortal said. "They are not clear about the situation, so they don't dare to go in." "All right." Qin Yun opened the door again, and entered the stone room that is flickering with red light. After he entered, he closed the door, leaving only a small gap for the ropes to pass through. Then he made his body transparent and hid his aura, it will be a lot safer. Qin Yun circled around inside and touched almost everyone's body. He did not find anything good, causing him to be very disappointed. There are more than 100 people hanging up, their things have already been taken away. Qin Yun found an old man with the strongest life force and saved him with great difficulty. Then he quickly brought him out. After he carried the old man out, just as he placed him on the ground, a Long family half-immortal shouted, "It's fifth uncle!" Soon after, a few Long family half-immortals promptly transferred energy to the half-dead fifth uncle. This guy's life force is relatively vigorous. His soul is also still there. The others don't have souls, only their bodies are being nurtured and can continuously produce blood. Qin Yun said, "It won't be easy for us to pass through that place. I guess that most of the people who came here will be captured after passing through that secret room." Not long after, that fifth uncle opened his eyes. He saw the Long family half-immortals and immediately shed tears of excitement. He muttered, I didn't die, you finally came to save me, too scary. Fifth uncle, what exactly happened to you? Why didn't the people who came here come out? A Long family half-immortal asked. Now, there are many people here who are worried that they won't be able to return. We encountered very strong evil spirits. They cultivated flesh and blood bodies. Moreover, they know how to absorb our blood and evolve themselves one step further. Their strength is very dreadful. They are guys close to immortals. That fifth uncle's eyes are filled with fear when he spoke about those evil spirits. Did you pass through that stone room? Qin Yun pointed at the door. No, we were captured in the hall filled with stones. Fifth uncle shook his head and said, You should quickly return, otherwise you will die. Fifth uncle, do you know what kind of stones are in that hall? Heh. A Long family old man said with laugh. Of course I know, those stones are regent stone mothers, they can give birth to regent origin stones. That fifth uncle said, but we didn't find a good way to take away the regent origin stones. Hearing the words, regent stone mother, everyone immediately guessed that it is the regent stone mother that can give birth to regent origin stones. And those regent stone mothers have all been taken away by Qin Yun. Everyone looked at Qin Yun in astonishment. Qin Yun did not expect that this old man would know about regent stone mothers. Big sister Rujing gave them to me, don't think you can take them away. Qin Yun promptly hid behind Xian Rujing. Xian Rujing is also incomparably amazed. According to legend, regent stone mothers are very beautiful, they are filled with 9-colored luster. And all the regent stone mothers Qin Yun took away are extremely ugly. Dog lackey, quickly hand over those regent stone mothers. Long Chuanwu roared. You don't want them, so they are mine. Qin Yun yelled, he won't give them to these people even if he dies. Quickly hand them over. A half-immortal took out his weapon. Brat, it is useless for you to take those regent stone mothers alone, they require a lot of energy to give birth to regent origin stones. Quickly hand them over, you are hogging them for yourselves. We agree, we will give you 10. A group of half-immortals and martial emperors threatened Qin Yun one after another. Qin Yun said, Big sister Rujing, you promised me that you would protect me, don't let them harm me. Long Chuanwu yelled, Rujing, you know how precious those regent stone mothers in that brat's hands are. Those regent stone mothers are more precious than 1,000 regent origin stones. Quickly make him hand them over. Xian Rujing said, I promised to give them to him, I can't go back on my words. Rujing, at that time we didn't know they were regent stone mothers, that is why we gave them to him. But now it is different, we all know they are very precious, quickly make him hand them over. Long Chuanwu said, I won't give them, I will not give them to you even if I die. Qin Yun shouted, it was obviously you who didn't want them. I took advantage of them, they are mine. Bastard, if you don't hand them over, I guarantee that you will die miserably. Long Chuanwu shouted. Big sister Rujing and I have life-linking talisman, if you have the guts, kill me. Qin Yun yelled with indifferent expression. Life-linking talisman is only effective for 7 days, after 7 days, you will die. A half-immortal said in cold voice. Qin Yun looked at Xian Rujing and cursed in low voice. Didn't you promise to protect me? Look at them, each and every one of them wants to kill me. A heavenly dragon sect half-immortal said. Miss Xian, those Regent Stone Mothers are very important, you must not play with them. If necessary, I can only offend you. So long as they have those Regent Stone Mothers, they will be able to obtain large amount of Regent Origin Stones. Looking at it from a long-term perspective, it will be very beneficial. Just as everyone is quarreling, the door suddenly opened. They saw a person whose entire body is pitch black, looks like he came out from a black quagmire. His eyes are filled with red light, his hands have dragon claws, his aura is comparable to an immortal, moreover it is filled with evil. Everyone immediately stopped quarreling and looked at that person. It's a dragon evil spirit, quickly run. That fifth uncle yelled in fear. Sensing that dreadful evil power, those few half-immortals holding immortal tools in their hands became extremely scared. Qin Yun's body promptly released a burst of white light. It is overwhelming righteous power. That dragon evil spirit wanted to rush over but was forced back by the white light from Qin Yun's body and could only retreat into the stone room. Everyone saw Qin Yun force back the dragon evil spirit and secretly rejoiced. Chapter 846. Dao Law. Chapter 846. Dao Lalong Chuanwu looked at Qin Yun and anxiously said, Don't let that dog follower run away. He is very important to us, not only he can explore the way, he also has many Regent Stone Mothers. A half-immortal is holding a golden rope in his hand and said with smile, He won't be able to run away. He must be going in to force the dragon evil spirit to retreat. However, just as he pulled the golden rope, his expression suddenly changed greatly. He immediately pulled back the golden rope and saw that the rope has been cut off. Everyone is immediately alarmed. I will chase after him. After Xian Rujing recovered from her shock, she used her fastest speed to rush towards the stone room. Not only Qin Yun can explore the way, he also has overwhelming righteous power on his body. He can force back the formidable dragon evil spirit at crucial moment. Just this point alone makes him very valuable. But now he is running away. Qin Yun deliberately entered the stone room to take out the nether spirit's sacred blade, cut the rope and run away. He did not dare to do this before because he was worried that he would not be able to handle the danger. But just now, he saw that the formidable dragon evil spirit was forced to retreat, so he felt relieved and ran away. This way, those people will not be able to force him to hand over the Regent Stone Mothers. Qin Yun is still inside the stone room. He is walking towards the exit on the other side. Just as he is about to go out, he saw Xian Rujing rushing over. Bastard, don't think you can run away. Xian Rujing lightly shouted and promptly grabbed Qin Yun. At this time, Qin Yun sensed the aura of those half-immortals rushing over and promptly made himself and Xian Rujing transparent. Their aura also suddenly disappeared. Just as those people are about to enter the stone room, they saw the dragon evil spirit appear out of nowhere. They are so scared that they hastily ran away from the stone room and started running away like crazy. The dragon evil spirit did not discover Qin Yun and Xian Rujing and chased after them. And Qin Yun brought Xian Rujing and carefully passed through the stone room flickering with red light. They arrived at a staircase leading to the bottom of the room. You bastard, you could have run away by yourself but you deliberately dragged us here. You evil spirit. Xian Rujing cursed in low-voice transmission. Humph. If I did not hold back, I would have been killed by you. You clearly promised me that you would protect me, but they still wanted to attack me. At the crucial moment, I can only rely on myself. Qin Yun is also very unhappy. I also said that I will give you those stones, did you not hear me? Xian Rujing groaned and said. Are you planning to ask me for a part of it later? Don't think that I don't know what you are plotting. Qin Yun can only bring her along now. Don't forget that we have the life-link talisman. If I die, you will also die, Xian Rujing said with proud smile. Qin Yun knows that Xian Rujing stuck that damned life-binding talisman on him to bind him. Listen carefully, I will not give you a single one of those stone mothers, Qin Yun said. Don't worry, I don't want it either. Even if I want it, I don't know how to take out the regent origin stones inside. Xian Rujing is speaking the truth. I will believe you for the time being. Qin Yun brought her along and very carefully walked down the stairs. Xian Rujing knows that Qin Yun is very reliable. Earlier, when the dragon evil spirit appeared, those half-immortals almost pissed their pants in fear. Only Qin Yun dared to rush over. Serene Yun, if you and I can safely return, I will definitely protect you, Xian Rujing said. Let's talk about it when the time comes. Maybe we will both die here? Qin Yun said with sneer. Xian Rujing pinched him and cursed in low voice. Don't jinx it, don't talk nonsense. Qin Yun curled his lips and said, You vicious bitch, you are clearly not stupid. Why are you being swindled by Long Chuanwu? If I did not bring you to see his true face, you would have been ruthlessly defiled by him. Xian Rujing lightly groaned and said, Those closely involved can't see clearly. I admit that I misjudged. All right, I will thank you for letting me rein in the horse at the precipice. She thought about how she would be defiled by someone like Long Chuanwu and felt a burst of fear in her heart. The stairs are very long, the two of them slowly floated down, they don't dare to fly too fast. Fierce woman, how much do you know about this bloody evil dragon cave? Qin Yun asked. I don't know much. I only know that Heavenly Dragon Sect has always wanted to explore this place. It is said that this is the place where the Long family old ancestor hid his treasures. It was also created by the immortal dragon of the Dragon King Manor. Later on, I don't know what happened and it became very dangerous, Xian Rujing said. Qin Yun also doesn't know what he will encounter next. He only hopes to obtain some good things. Xian Rujing asked through sound transmission. Bastard, you are so awesome, you are not just a simple follower. What is your goal in sneaking into the Dragon King Manor? I sneaked into the Dragon King Manor to fish up some good things. It is that simple, Qin Yun said. I knew that you came to the Dragon King Manor to steal chickens and dogs. You are full of good methods to steal chickens and dogs. Xian Rujing curled her lips and said, Fierce woman, why didn't you stay in Immortal Desolate? Why did you come down here? Qin Yun is very curious. I followed that wretched Long Chuanwu down here because I had nothing to do, so I came down here to play. Xian Rujing coldly groaned and said, Who knew that I would encounter so many damn things? You are lucky to have met this uncle. Otherwise you would have been defiled by Long Chuanwu in the future. How would you thank me? There is no need to devote yourself to me, I don't like you. Moreover, if you devote yourself to me, it will be my loss, Qin Yun said with smile. Later when you go to Immortal Desolate, I will surely repay you. Xian Rujing laughed sinisterly. On the way, Qin Yun and Xian Rujing are communicating through sound transmission. They are very carefully walking down the stairs. It took them a day to reach the bottom. There is a cave under the ground. Qin Yun and Xian Rujing saw many dragon evil spirits outside the cave. There are more than 100 of them. These dragon evil spirits have their eyes closed. It seems like they are in deep sleep. Qin Yun brought along Xian Rujing and very carefully entered the pitch-black cave. The cave is very dark and very deep. Qin Yun can only rely on mental power to explore the way. They walked for a very long time, more than half a day like this. They made many turns on the road and finally reached the end. At the end, there is actually a faint light. At the end, there is a cave dwelling. There is a stone in the middle of the cave dwelling. The stone is very flat. There is a paper flickering with light golden color on it. What is that? Qin Yun promptly pulled Xian Rujing over. It is a Dao technique, it seems like the legend is true, Xian Rujing said in pleasant surprise after seeing the content of the paper. What kind of Dao technique is it? Qin Yun indeed saw some mnemonic chant of Dao technique, but it is very difficult to understand. If my guess is not wrong, I don't know, but it is a very important Dao technique. This kind of Dao technique is very precious even in Immortal Desolate, Xian Rujing said. We obtained it together, but the main credit belongs to me, so I want this paper, memorize it yourself. Qin Yun picked up the paper. Xian Rujing took out a square mirror, looked at the paper and recorded the content on it. Qin Yun stored the paper and said with smile, "We can go back now, I don't know how many of those guys will survive." Xian Rujing said, "Long Chuanwu's death is enough." Qin Yun and Xian Rujing very carefully left the cave. Just as he was about to leave, the group of dragon evil spirits also came in. But they did not see Qin Yun and Xian Rujing because they are invisible. Qin Yun and Xian Rujing are somewhat afraid because those dragon evil spirits have discovered that the Dao technique has been taken away. Their speed of returning has also increased by a lot. What exactly is going on with this bloody evil dragon cave? Qin Yun is pondering while walking. Xiao Yun, after we go out, show the Dao technique to Yume or Sister Yao Fang, maybe they will understand it, Ling Yuner said. Qin Yun himself does not understand it, after all it is a very profound thing. His harvest this time is very great. He obtained a heavenly dragon token, a large number of regent stone mothers as well as that mysterious Dao technique. After tossing and turning for a few days, Qin Yun finally brought Xian Rujing out of the huge house and arrived outside. They are now passing through the mountain forest. Xian Rujing is also secretly excited because this time's adventure is very exciting. Naturally, if not for Qin Yun, it would not have been so smooth. Dragon King Manor, many people are walking back and forth in front of a mountain cave. That mountain cave is the entrance to the underground world. They have been waiting here for a few days and finally someone came out. But the person who came out is only Xian Rujing. Rujing, where is that dog follower? Long Chuanwu is very happy to see Xian Rujing come out safe and sound. He promptly walked over and asked. He was captured, it is unknown whether he is alive or dead. Xian Rujing said in cold voice. Actually Qin Yun also came out, he turned transparent and quietly slipped away, so no one noticed him. Moreover, everyone's attention is on Xian Rujing, they did not notice anything else. This is also what Qin Yun and Xian Rujing agreed on. This way, no one will pester him for regent origin stones. Moreover, Long Chuanwu's group will not be able to do anything to Qin Yun. After Qin Yun quietly slipped away, he did not leave the Dragon King Manor, instead he went to Long Yutsong's residence. A heavenly dragon sect half-immortal said with long sigh, "What a pity! That guy had so many regent stone mothers on him, they are all gone just like that." Long Chuanwu gritted his teeth and said, "That dog follower died just like that, he got off lightly. He is not dead, he has only been captured. You can go and rescue him." Xian Rujing said. A3. We sent 200 people but only 80 came back, moreover they suffered disastrous casualties. An old man sighed and said. Long Chuanwu is not injured, this caused Xian Rujing to feel very unhappy. Xian Rujing said, "I am tired, I want to rest." She also knows that Qin Yun is still inside the Dragon King Manor, he is with Long Yutsong. And now she wants to quickly go back and research that Dao technique. After Qin Yun came out, he gave the Dao technique to Yao Fang and asked her to give him some pointers. You're tuning in to the Phoenix Knights YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.